of monetary policy is a critical element for its success.
Myron shares President Trump's view that the Fed should cut interest rates, but clarified,
if confirmed, I plan to dutifully carry out my role pursuant to the mandates assigned by Congress. My opinions and decisions will be based on my analysis of the macroeconomy and what's best for its long-term stewardship.
The seat was vacated when Fed Governor Adriana Kugler stepped down last month.
Fox's Jenny Cosola. Washington, D.C. is now suing to end what it calls an illegal military occupation as a federal crime crackdown continues. America is listening to Fox News.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The children of our nation know little to nothing about 9/11, but the Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Institute is righting this wrong by helping teachers educate kids in kindergarten through 12th grade. Their nonfiction first-person accounts are told through videos and the Discovering Heroes book series. The Institute offers full scripted curriculum units with background for teachers, a speakers bureau for classrooms, a mobile exhibit that's an interactive museum with 9/11 artifacts and FDNY guides. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, sidekick producer, sports record show extraordinaire, and the mechanical got lost in the clouds there with flounders. Freaking Thursday. It's got and we have Shannon Burke joining us from Man Country, Florida, at 5 o'clock after the news. Pete Davis, what's new in the... Oh, my goodness, you're surrounded by the molecule rock breakup fellatio out there. What the hell is that? Patricia.
Like
it's like water, drops of water or something, I was thinking. Yeah. Anyway, what's up in the mountains of Macon there?
Just watch the guy mow the front lawn. I feel good when the front lawn is mowed. Like I did it myself almost.
I used to love yard work.
I think me and Veronica are going to go buy a lawnmower and an edger this weekend.
Outstanding. Now, do you like to do your own?
Yeah, because, I mean, growing up, every Friday, Saturday, me and my brother had to do the lawn.
Yeah.
And during the wintertime, every Saturday it was rake the leaves on Saturday. And
yeah. Well, growing up at my age, of course, leaf raking was fun because then we jump and play and then we set them on fire. I mean, we'd all play them and goof around and the dogs would play and we'd joke around. And then we'd set the damn things on fire. We'd have great smoky leaf burning things. You can't do that. I don't think you can do that anywhere anymore. Can you even do it in any county allow leaf burning anymore?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes.
Well, yeah, maybe up where you live, but I'll bet you in Fulton County, I can't just go put a pile of leaves in my backyard and set it on fire.
No.
They would take me to jail. Yeah.
We could count on two things growing up. One, Mom saying, don't plan anything this weekend. We're working in the yard. And two, Dad starting a fire and staring at it for hours after dark.
Oh, we used to make sure we got the hose from the yard and stuff, and then we would go play, and we'd do bonfires and leaf fires and throw sticks on it, and it was just fun. We played with fire. I'm sorry.
Sacrifices.
We did. No, I'm seriously, we played with fire. We had a great time playing with fire.
I've said, and I inherited it from my dad. If there's a fire, I will stare into that fire for hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
Yeah. In fact, one of my, I'm so proud of my father. The way he was as a man. I'm not 1/50th the man that he was. Seriously, my father, he had 10,000 people working for him. Designed the Polaris and Poseidon missile systems. A genius in every way. Ran GE. Jack Welch was my father was his mentor. My father every week would take off he would put on his shorts and take off his T-shirt and would mow the lawn. We had a big lawn everywhere we lived. We always had a big lawn because my dad wanted yard work to take care of, and he would be out there. He would mow the lawn straight up and down between the house and the yard. And then, I'm not making this up, he would turn around and he would mow it the other way as well. And our yards were the greatest in the neighborhood. In fact, neighbors would come over and say, how do you not get clods from the mowers? And he said, well, if you keep the speed of the sowing. I mean, it was unfreaking believable. My father spent so much time I'm doing everything. And I'll tell you, when I got a house, I used to love to mow the lawn, and I get the, straight lines, and I planted my own flowers. My former pals and the thing. I got all the planted all those flowers myself by hand, took care of all that stuff. I love that crap. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Do you arrange the flowers after you pick them and all that?
No, I'm not. My girlish nature stops with how much I like the pretty ones, and I would pick out the colors myself because I know what I like. Thank you very much. Anyway, okay. I'm a little. I am. I'm just. I was just. I'm a little. Girl.
Like the loafers.
I was all the girls' big brother. Yeah. Kimmy, take care. Let's go get Kimmy. He'll take us over there. Yeah. Oh my God.
Mr. Big Brother never got any.
That's why I went to war. That's why I joined the Marines, because
So you could go blank some people?
No, because I have a girl's name. In fact, this just happened on my phone. I'm not making this up. Literally 3 minutes. Well, during the news, during 3 o'clock news, popped up on my phone from some area code 289. I'll bet that's not real. And here's a message. What's the last makeup brand you tried? Any faves? The last makeup brand, because I'm Kim Peterson, therefore I'm a girl, therefore I'm telling you, I used to get pantyhose in the mail. Ms. magazines and stuff. Girls, you're on the girls list at school. And I guarantee you everything, captain of the football team and 9 letters in 3 years. Everything I did to try to prove my macho-ness like an idiot, because I'm not a macho guy. My nature is not as a macho guy. It's because I have a freaking girl's name, and I reacted to it my whole stinking life. That's why I went in the Marines. That's why I demanded to re-enlist to go overseas. It's just, to prove my weighty down in there somewhere. And I just got a makeup ad, and I just remembered all the ridiculous travels I've made for the stupidest reasons in the history of the world. I should have been dead for, I got a girl's name. Oh, yeah, watch this. What an idiot. Anyway.
One word. Therapy.
Yeah.
Could have solved this early on. Not just one therapist, a team. And like Jerry Seinfeld told George Costanza, not here, not $80 a session. You need to go to Vienna.
The therapy came way too late. I'm a wreck. Honestly, I guarantee you. I'm sure I'm wasting your time. I'm just saying. But I was thinking about. That hit, and I thought, oh my God, that's probably the reason I did everything that was reckless, stupid, crazy, and dangerous. Anyway, all right. Give repeat and flounder 309. Excuse me. I will talk a lot of Robert Kennedy sound bites. Flounder's been working overtime getting some great sound bites of Robert Kennedy at that hearing today. Those freaking dirty, rotten, lying skanks. They're all saying, you're trying to take away vaccines and kill children. You're a horrible American. I yield, Mr. President. Whoa. It was just horrible. We'll play a bunch of them there for you. And we got all the political stuff. See, federal judges now are afraid the Supreme Court is acting too much on behalf of Donald Trump, so now their lives are in danger. Every one of them ought to be bitch slapped. Grab these federal judges by the freaking tie and slap them around with, bappity bappity boopity boppity bop. I'd say 5 boppity boops. Bappity 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 boppity bop. 4 bop 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 wham. Again, the last one pop like that. Dirty, you caused this. You dirty, rotten, stinking liberals fighting everything Donald Trump did just to fight him. You caused the reaction to this. You asked for the reaction to this. Remember, we're coming for you, Kavanaugh? Remember that guy? Chuck the suspected child molester Schumer? We're coming for you, Kavanaugh? And Maxine Waters? Disrupt every time? Yeah, screw these people. Anyway, now... Remember, over the last little while now, I've been talking about how I've got to get my house, my place organized and my, cleaned and stuff like that. Well, my air conditioning went out about a week ago. Remember that last big heat wave we had in the 90s? Well, my air stopped working. So the fan was working, but it wasn't doing really much of anything. So I called I've had my guy Marcus. He's a pastor. He's a minister. In fact, Pete, he's the guy who has a deal for you if you want to go to the Holy Land. Remember you talked about taking a trip? Yeah. He's the guy. That's Reverend Marcus, Pastor Marcus. And he's also a gun nut, I found out. And he does he's a licensed professional. He has a business and does my air AC work stuff. So he came over. So he was coming over today. So last night and this morning, I said, oh, my God, I've got to clean. My place is a wreck. I haven't dusted my baseboards in 12 years. Stuff like that. So, and I got to clean my bathroom because if it's going upstairs into the unit upstairs, I got to clean. So I cleaned the tub. I've never used my bathtub since 2013. So I went in there and cleaned. Oh my God, that took 40 minutes anyway. So I spent all night and all this morning from like 5:15 this morning cleaning and dusting. Oh my God, I washed the floors on my hands and knees because I don't have a mop. I used paper towels.
You're like a mile from Target. Where you can buy all of the things.
I mean, I did the baseboards in the bathroom and the freaking tub. I couldn't believe it. And so anyway, so Marcus came over. He didn't have to go through any of that stuff. I did it all just for no reason other than I should have a long time ago. But there's he wanted to take a selfie of me because he was admiring one of my firearms is an 11-inch barrel on my Smith & Wesson 50 caliber pistol revolver. And so he took a selfie. We put it on Facebook and YouTube of him feeling safe and sound while he's taking care of my air conditioning needs. But anyway, so that was cool. Oh, and by the way, I did the wash to get that out of the way. You know what I left in the back pocket of my slacks I wore yesterday that I put in the washing machine this morning? One of those little, the little plastic packs of Kleenexes. Left it in my pants pocket when I did the washing machine, and there were I counted, there are 1 trillion pieces of Kleenex pack when it goes dissolving in the water and shreds. Every piece of clothing in the washing machine has stuff from the Kleenex, 1 million of them. And so I'm trying to shake it and they're going it was brutal. Anyway, I'm an idiot because I left the stupid thing in the back pocket.
Everything you've talked about the last 10 minutes falls under the category of first world problems.
I know. I'm a wreck, and this is my life. Yeah, but I cleaned my condo and my townhouse. I even did the tub. I can't believe it. Anyway, all right, we got news. We'll do news. Robert Kennedy coming up. We got judges are all upset, and Armani with the tributes. Coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Shannon Burke at 5 o'clock. So here we go, hot and steamy. It's freaking Thursday already, and off we go. The actual show begins now. And now.
When conflicts escalate around the world, don't let the mainstream media scare you into believing their narrative. Get it right with Atlanta's only conservative voice. And trust the Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, The Kimmer Show, and our entire lineup to give it to you straight. Don't buy the fear. Just keep it here. Extra 106.3 FM and the all-new Extra app.
Yeah, Stovall and Company, if you're a landscaper and a builder contractor looking to put in somebody's backyard or pool deck, stuff like that, Stovall Incorporated. Yes, sir, Paul and the boys got this thing going, this family business, 75 years. And wholesale landscaping supplies, and that means everything, sprinkler systems and, water systems and plants and trees and shrubs and flowers and boulders and rocks and patio stuff. I mean, they really have it all. It's a terrific place and a family business. So when you call and you say, I need it now, look out your window. It's probably on the way. And if you need something they don't have, they'll tell you where else to get it. What a family. StovallInc.com.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly Magazine, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, community businesses, and events. Like the Superior Plumbing Presents North Georgia State Fair.
Hi, I'm Missy with the Superior Plumbing Presents North Georgia State Fair at Jim R. Miller Park, September 18th through the 28th. Enjoy the fun, the food, and amazing entertainment, including the Carriage Kia Grandstand Series. We're bringing back advanced pay one price ride tickets, plus free parking this year. Save money and enjoy a smoother experience. Visit NorthGeorgiaStateFair.com for daily deals and discover why we were voted Best Festival and Family Amusement 7 years in a row. That's NorthGeorgiaStateFair.com.
Friends, I'm getting my tickets. Are you? The North Georgia State Fair is more than an event. It's a tradition. And remember, our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Hey, it's Lowe's here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on $20,000, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend $20,000, because we can sit there and help you and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Need advice on getting things fixed up around the house? No matter how big or small that project is, we've got your answers. Listen to us on the All Four Seasons Home Show presented by the Trusted Toolbox. Join Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows, and me, Chris Lalamia, your favorite handyman from the Trusted Toolbox, as we tackle all the issues, fixes, and honeydew projects around your home. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or grab the podcast anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Atlanta without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Atlanta for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. Atlanta is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Atlanta and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
By the way, I forgot to mention Pastor Marcus, Pete, who's going to take on that trip to the Holy Land anytime you want. He has there's hope for the future. He has a son, and his son named Nate, and he said Nate's a huge fan of the show, and he frequently go on saying, "It's only Nate. It's only Nate." So there's hope for us all, for goodness extraordinaire. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 320. Here's Oasis. 1 year ago on this day, Oasis announced 2 further Wembley Stadium London shows because of unprecedented demand for their reunion tour. and they saw all the ticket platforms struggling to cope. This was the same press release that Noel Gallagher and Liam Gallagher and their bandmates publicly distanced themselves from the decisions that led to the use of Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing tools. That was during the sale of the tickets. The result was the tickets went from a face value. Now, an L is a pound, right? If it says 150 L, that's what, like $200? About that, well, I'll guess. Okay, the face value of the Oasis tickets 1 year ago was about $200, but the in-demand price tag that's set by Ticketmaster was more like $400.
It's pretty much the hottest. They're on tour right now, actually, in America. They just played Chicago. What's the football stadium in Chicago?
Wrigley Field. Not Wrigley Field. Well, no, the football stadium is
where Chicago Bears play. Anyways, They just did 2 nights there, I believe. It's the hottest ticket in music right now.
Boy, I guess
$202 basically is 150 pounds.
Okay, well now it's
Soldier Field,
and now it's closer to 500, 355, and 10 or 20% of that's another 70. So it's like $400. Holy cow. Anyway. All right. Anyway,
I paid 20.
Well, I would, the last concert I went to was with the same one you went to, Rolling Stones, with Wade No Offense, and that was when the hell was that?
God, that was 2005,
3 or 4, 5, somewhere in there.
Of course, you were in the nosebleeds. I was fourth row.
Yeah, you were fourth row. I was way up there. But I could see the girl showing her boobs. Boy, you didn't miss her. She kept flashing everything.
I could have touched Keith Richards' hem of his pants.
Well, there you should have gone for it out there. Throw you out there would have been a great bucket story. Anyway, let's see, where was it? Oh, yeah, that was Oasis. Okay, our birthday list includes Whitney Cummings. Whitney Cummings is the comedian. She's 43. By the way, they don't even do that anymore. You know, they don't even say actress anymore. It's actor Kim Novak or actor Julia Roberts or whatever. And now, and comedian it used to be a comedian was the girl version of a comedian. Well, comedian Whitney Houston is 43. She was the creator of 2 Broke Girls. She also did the roasts, Comedy Central of Donald Trump, Joan Rivers, and David Hasselhoff, among others. And Whitney Cummings is 43. And on this day in history, 1950, it was the comic strip character Beetle Bailey. Appearing on newspaper pages in 1950, first time Mort Walker created the strip about a college kid attending Rockview University, and the characters were molded after his friends at his alma mater, the University of Missouri. That all changed in March 1951 when Beetle Bailey enlisted in the Army and was there ever since. The Beetle Bailey strip title character has only been seen once without a helmet or a hat covering his eyes. And that, well, wow. That was during his college days, but that particular strip was pulled before it could appear in a newspaper, was in books. Beetle Bailey was never seen without a helmet or a hat covering his eyes. In 1988, the Candlewood Playhouse in New Fairfield, Connecticut, ran a musical based on the comic, and the following year, CBS planned to air the Beetle Bailey cartoon special. It was completed but never aired. Beetle Bailey, one of the oldest comic strips that is still being produced today by its original creator, although Walker's been Mort Walker, assisted by several others over the years, including his 3 sons, Neil, Brian, and Greg. Mort Walker, Beetle Bailey, 1950, still going strong. Yikes. 324, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Giorgio Armani died. He was 91. The fashion world is mourning. His 50th anniversary celebration of his company was set to take place in a couple of weeks in Milan at Fashion Week. And a lot of folks, Julia Roberts wore his clothes, George Clooney, Kate Blanchett, Lady Gaga, Diane Kruger won many Armani creations, wore those through the years. Russell Crowe, heartfelt tribute today, described him as so kind. Claudia Cardinale, remember her? Filled with immense pain at the news of his death. A crucial moment in my life, marked my Claudia Cardinale said, now she was in the Pink Panther movies and
the first one.
Yeah. I mean, just anyway, like a Sophia Loren kind of a boom bomb girl. Anyway, Claudia Cardinale said, meeting him was a crucial moment in my life. It marked my transition to becoming a new woman, independent and free. My heart is broken. Giorgio forever. He invented red carpet fashion, but also had his younger, less expensive range with the Emporio. He did clothes for The Wolf of Wall Street, Batman's Dark Knight, American Gigolo, whole bunch. Armani dead? Not at the age of 91. 325, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, here we go, Flounder. This is unbelievable. I saw part of this while I was getting ready and then missed most of the hearing with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and those freaking dirty, rotten, lying Democrats on the Human Services Health and Committee Secretary business before the Senate Finance Committee today, testifying RFK Jr. He, among other things, he was taken on by Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon, a Democrat, who complained about Kennedy basically wanting to kill children and not giving a damn about it. Flounder, let's play, let's see, cut number 2, talking, well, actually, let's do this. Senator Warren said, kids are pushed into harm's way by reckless, repeated decisions to get doctors out of the way and let conspiracy theories dictate this country's health policy. Well, cut number 2, here is how Robert F. Kennedy Jr. responds to this idiot Senator Warren today. Flounder number 2.
Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy
free. The question is everyone who wants it. That was your promise.
No, I didn't. I never promised that I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said,
and I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies, Senator.
Did you hold up a big...
Senator Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, and responded to Ron Wyden when Wyden said, I have no evidence that you have any regrets about anything you've done or plan to do. He said, Senator, you sat in that chair for how long? 25 years? While the chronic disease of our kids went up 75%, and you said nothing. You never asked the question why it's happening. Why is this happening? For the first time in 20 years, we've learned infant mortality has increased in this country. And Flounder, he also just, I heard part of this. It's too bad he has a terrible voice. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has a horrible disease and he can't talk well. It's hard to, it's just annoying to hear his voice, but it's worth listening to him. Please do this. He talks, cut number 4, Flounder. He discovers more things about how America was cheated out of information about COVID and things like autism diseases and how they hid it under the Biden administration. Cut number 4, please.
I'll just tell you one example, and I could sit here and give you thousands. But in 2002, CDC did an internal study of Atlanta and Fulton County, Georgia children and looked at children who got the MMR vaccine on time and compared those to kids who got them later. So in other words, kids who got them before 36 months and kids who got them afterward. The data from that study showed that black boys who got the vaccine on time had a 260% greater chance of getting an autism diagnosis than children who waited. The chief scientist on that, Dr. William Thompson, the senior vaccine safety science at CDC, was ordered to come into a room with 4 other co-authors by his boss, Frank DeStefano, who's the head of the immunization safety branch, and ordered to destroy that data. And then they published it without that fact. So you know that story, I know that story, and you know of hundreds of stories like that. It happens all the time. We are being lied to by these agencies, and we're going to change that right now.
Holy cow. Yeah. The study showed that little black kids in Fulton County, Georgia, suffered almost 300% more cases of autism after they took the shot, and nobody, they hid it? These people need to be put in jail.
It's just, the status quo is getting these kids killed and giving them autism, and the Democrats are fighting tooth and nail to keep the status quo when we sent RFK and Trump up there to smash it, to smash the whole big pharma has on all this.
This is unbelievable. I mean, seriously.
Well, it used to be 1 in 10,000 get autism. Now it's like 1 in 36.
Yeah.
But the Democrats don't want anybody to look into that.
Yeah. And then they have the balls, like this guy Wyden from Oregon, to complain that Kennedy is pushing kids into the harm's way by reckless behavior, getting doctors out of the way. Yeah, the doctors who hid the evidence because it didn't look right for the Democrats. Yeah, let's get in their way a little bit. You dirty, rotten rats. I mean, to get covered up evidence showing what happens to little black kids in Fulton County, black boys from the... Oh, my God. We got more coming out. 3:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Anyway, we got. Oh, and we're going to talk about a little girl who is an OnlyFans thing, and this just breaks my heart. And I wonder what I would do, what you would do, and in fact, we should do oh, my God. Let's do an OnlyFans. I'm feeling a little tingly. Camera, Pete, and Flounder, 3:30.
I swear I used to know her.
I used to be with her.
Neil Bortz is only live on Extra 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the Extra 106.3 app.
I'm having kind of a kick sending more pictures of stuff I have to my kids, just kind of reflecting on things, not only just a throwback. But Atlanta Safe House, bless these people, Jeff and Mark, and there's a family business. I love family businesses, and they're so strict at taking care of your rights as well as your stuff. And when I want to have stuff safe and sound, whether it's pictures or guns or whatever, Atlanta Safe House, their showroom is in Ackworth, and if you're stopping by Industrial Boulevard, take a look and see what they have. There's always sales and rebates, and they have Browning and American Security, Fort Knox, all the top brands. My first gun safe was Browning. And by the way, you don't pay any sales tax on gun safes at Atlanta Safe House. And pistol safes and the bigger safes, and they have for long barrel guns, or they have special safes with places for bow and arrows, and jewelry and cash and things, little drawers and hidden stuff. They can design anything you want inside those things, and they're ready to go right now. Protecting your rights and your stuff. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you when you look them up for yourself. See what they can do for you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Here today with Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, we're told to enjoy retirement, but frugal investors often worry about overspending and running out of money. So when it comes to your clients, how can you help ease some of those worries?
Well, it starts with income planning. And, here's one of the most common mistakes. It's almost every single person when we first meet with them, they have no income plan. Mm-hmm. They have a thought, they have a hope, they have hey, if we make enough money, we'll be able, hopefully, to make this money last, but there's no plan. And so we build comprehensive income plan that we know this is how we're exactly going to pay your bills in retirement, and more so because, look, retiring isn't about, well, I've got enough to survive. It's about enjoying life. You didn't work 30, 40 years of your life to get by in retirement. You did it to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. And so we're going to build a second component that covers that quality of life, that every month, every year, regardless of what's happening with the market, regardless of what's happening in your life, this money's coming in like clockwork, and you never have to worry about it. You never have to stress about it. You're going to be able to keep the lights on and enjoy the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for.
The name of the show is North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, you say it all the time on the show, a play is not a plan. You've got to have that comprehensive game plan when it comes to your retirement.
You've got to. It's the only way to, one, make sure it's going to work, and two, make sure it's going to work efficiently.
If you'd like to schedule that complimentary retirement income review, call Evan Ward and his team with Atlas Retirement. That number is 678-736-7799. Again, it's 678-736-7799. Or you can always reach them at the website. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Pete Davis here, and football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns and passing yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you can start with as little as $1. I played too. Tonight I'm looking at Dallas at Philly, and I think Saquon Barkley will go higher on his rushing yard projections, and Dak Prescott to go below his passing yardage total. It's simple, it's fun, and it keeps me locked into every play. So download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063 for $50 in bonus funds. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. You can be next. Underdog, make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Life is unpredictable, but when trouble comes, you need a team you can trust. At Ace Second Chance Bail Bonds, we've been helping families for nearly 20 years, providing fast, professional, and discreet service. With 12 locations across Metro Atlanta and Birmingham, we're available 24/7 to get your loved one home, quick and with care. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call 404-BAIL-OUT, that's 404-BAIL-OUT, or visit atlbail.com today.
Hey Braves Country, Tom Glavine here. Want to drive like a champion? Start with a clean car from Tidal Wave Auto Spa. With cutting-edge equipment and elite customer service, it's more than a car wash, it's a win. Experience the ultimate clean at Tidal Wave Auto Spa, my go-to car wash destination and the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves.
My car is happy, I am happy, Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
And here's what Democrats are afraid of. Washington, D.C., under the control of Donald Trump, may suddenly become safe.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
And now more lawsuits trying to stop him from doing everything. I mean, it's just, it never ends. More lawsuits, more judges rolling against him. Now they're signing petitions that they're afraid for their lives. Oh, my God. Anyway, Timber Peyton Flounder, Nirvana here, was on this day in 2022 that a U.S. judge dismissed a man's lawsuit against Nirvana over their iconic 1991 album cover that showed Spencer Eldon, who was 31 years old 3 years ago when he sued. It showed Spencer Eldon naked as a baby, and his appearance on the front of the Nevermind record album, he said, constituted child sexual abuse, and sued 3 years ago. The judge, though, said he left it too late to claim he had been exploited. The lawsuit focused on the photograph of Mr. Eldon, which depicted him swimming naked in a pool toward a dollar bill pierced with a fish hook. And again, now, Pete, I forgot the story of, was it his mother said it was, I mean, it was okay, right? I mean, they all had a good time doing it at the pool, or did someone a fake sneak it? I forgot. Wasn't there a story behind why he shouldn't have been complaining about it? I thought you knew something about that inside story one time. Well, how could he complain? He must have known what he was doing, or the family knew. Somebody knew. He wasn't by himself at some pool in a different country or something. No, his family was there in a swimming pool with him. So anyway, well, we got to the bottom of that story.
That could have come up in the pre-show meeting, maybe.
I swear to God, I remember that, like 5 years ago during the podcast, whatever. This, every anniversary things. I remember when an anniversary comes. I remember talking about this picture, and I thought there was a story behind it that you knew because you're a music album cover guy.
Who the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about the story of the free. If you had caught it, the Nirvana guy lawsuit of the baby in the pool with a dollar bill and the hook stuff, and the guy with the baby.
It was the guy. It was the Nevermind album.
Right, the Nevermind album. Again, I guess you guys were doing something else when I said the story of this guy. It was the baby at the time, and he was swimming in the pool, and there was a dollar bill on a fish hook, and he was swimming toward it.
Yeah,
and I swear
sued.
To God, yeah, he sued. But again,
he said that it was against his will, which I guess is a baby. You can't have a will.
Yeah, but again, I thought, well, never mind.
Yeah, obviously the family said it was okay,
yeah.
So he's got to be mad at his family.
Yeah, you would think. Anyway. All right, and now your birthday list. Jesus.
2 minutes.
Sometimes, well, I should have waited until you guys are ready, I guess. 3:39. When you're not ready, you're not ready. It's not, I should look at
exactly.
Grab like a little signal or something, or I normally when the mic is on and the red light's on, I assume, but again, we need like a little signal would be good because things get delayed.
The reason
transmissions.
Okay. The reason I didn't hear the whole story was it's just come up on Outkick.com that basically Roger Goodell and the NFL is lying about what the NFL Red Zone having commercials and stuff like that. They said they were going to be hands-off, and they're not going to be hands-off.
No, they're not. Well, is there an update now? Is he reacting to it or something? Give me a little teaser.
No, basically, Outkick is saying he said there would be no messing with it. They've already started messing with it. They've in the past told the NFL Network journalists either don't cover stories they don't like, or the journalists know they shouldn't cover the stories, so they don't cover them. Yeah. So the NFL is, and now it's going to be ESPN as well, where the NFL is going to control control everything you hear and see.
And you know what? In fact, speaking of that, again, Holy Crap is Sports coming up after 5 o'clock. But while we're on it, and what the hell, it's our radio show, we can do what we want. I've noticed more and more on ESPN, I'm getting so fed up with all the freaking promos. And they're liable to do these 4-minute long, 2-second glips of videos of great plays and then talk about things they're going to do. And they're going to go to all 50 states. Here's one now for 2 seconds. Oh, now we're going to here for 4 seconds. And it's just promo after promo after promo and stuff on the bottom of the screen. I mean, it's just so freaking cluttered. Just give us this. We want ESPN to give us the sports. We want to see highlights. A lot of people talking about what happened. I mean, my God, man. They're showbizzing the crap out of it. Woke. I mean, everything's gone nuts. And now they're going to do that to Red Zone. I swear, I look forward to that, putting that damn thing on in the background when I'm doing stuff. And I know if I turn it on, I'm going to see people scoring points in the NFL. And that's why I watch the game, to see great plays.
Yeah, not anymore. ESPN has gotten away from the highlights because you can see highlights as soon as they happen.
Yeah.
So no one's waiting for SportsCenter to come on to see the highlights of their team.
Yeah.
They've already seen them 100 times. So that's why they've gone to the showbiz part where you have the Al Duncans and people and Stephen A. Smiths and people like that because they want to cause controversy. They want people to pay attention for other reasons.
And they're doing the top 10 now at the bottom of the hour. It used to be the last thing in the hour of the show was at 57. You'd get the top 10. Now they're doing it somewhere around 28 to 32. About halfway down the hour. So they're changing everything about trying to get you to come in earlier or something. I don't know. It's all showbiz.
Outside of Scott
marketing.
Van Pelt show, there's really no reason. And
I don't
get
want
up in the morning. Get up's okay. and Scott Van Pelt. Otherwise, there's really not a big reason to watch anymore.
The only thing, when I turn on ESPN on the weekends, when I get up during the week, I put on Fox. But when I'm getting up anytime during the weekend, I leave it on ESPN at night, and I get up in the morning, and I like to watch the first 4 or 5 minutes of the show to see what's up and what the highlights were and stuff like that. And then I may tune back in off and on, looking for the top 10 list and maybe some. But that's it. I can't take it anymore. It's just it's not.
So their personalities, and if you don't like their personality, there's no reason to watch.
It's such a shame. I hope they don't kill Red Zone. I mean, anyway, I guess they are going to kill it. Anyway, birthday. Beyonce's 44 today. Put your crap in a bag on the left, to the left. Isn't that the one? Irreplaceable. I got another man here by tonight. And so put your crap in a bag on the left, to the left. You don't think I got a man? He'll be here by 7 tonight. You think I'm irreplaceable? Or something. That's a
You
Beyonce.
recorded that, didn't you, Flounder? You got that on tape? Okay.
Well, now, wait a minute. I'm just giving the birthday list. There's no need to have things try to follow me around on the radio.
343.
Oh, God. Well, I'm just...
Yeah, we paid attention to that. We heard that.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I got some music. Do it one more time for me.
I know. You can all eat me. How about that? And now, something you really
play in the
enjoy.
Blue Room here at the Des Moines Ramada.
Here all week. Hey, how long you been married? Oh, sorry. It's your niece. I was thinking the biggest kick when Skip Carey. Oh, business has been special. I guess a lot of them are taking their nieces to the ball game today. Well, the bases are loaded, and so am I. But
he had a double, so I think I will. People don't know what went on in that press box at Fulton County Stadium between innings because there was a bar in the press box, and you could literally walk up. And as a college student, I could walk up and order a scotch and soda as a college student.
Bring your niece to the ballpark, eh?
Little plastic cups. You get your drink, rum and coke, in a little plastic cup.
Mercy. And I do get a kick out of. I don't know what channel it's on. There are several sports channels, and one maybe the Major League Baseball. I don't know. And they have the review. They have the guys, the stars of the former great games in history in the past, sitting there on a chair talking about what it was like and how they went through the game and stuff. And you see Tom Glavine and guys once in a while, and John Smoltz talking about some great World Series game or something. I enjoy the crap out of that. That I really find very interesting. Looking, just seeing how they did it, what they thought. that. Anyway, there's other
especially
things.
when you got a guy like Joe Kapp, I think he's passed away, the Minnesota Vikings
quarterback, yeah,
who got mad at the other guy on the dais, so he got up and started swinging at him. They're both like 80 years old, and knocks him off the back of the
Joe
dais.
Kapp was a weird guy, man. I remember he was half crazy, wasn't he? I remember him. He was not really a quarterback. He was more like a linebacker.
He threw like a shot put.
Yeah, he was just a push it out there. Anyway, I liked his attitude, but oh my! All right, hold on. I want to talk about one of the greatest disappointments in the history of marketing in the world is the word Edsel. It was on this day, the Ford Motor Company, in honor of the son, Edsel Ford, came out in 1957 with a Ford Edsel. The problem was the Ford Company thought they were so clever in marketing of the new cars, they named it after his son. The marketing wizards bombarded the public with tantalizing ads touting the Edsel as the car of the future, but they never showed what it looked like. So when they had the big reveal on this day in 1957, E-Day as they called it for Edsel, throngs were lured to showrooms by the hype, and with unveiling came not the expected gasps of awe, but groans and giggles. Turned out to be a motorized absurdity. Was its most prominent feature was that ridiculous horizontal front grille shaped like an elongated O. The chrome grille was enormous. Ford engineers discovered that the hip vertical variation had to be made larger and larger to suck enough air to cool the engine. So Time magazine said the Edsel looked like an Olds sucking a lemon. By the way, also, they never talked about it. It had push-button transmission, the buttons in the middle of the steering wheel. I remember that, which was ridiculous. The doors didn't close, the paint peeled, the transmission in the middle of the steering wheel would freeze up, and sales plummeted, and it was desperate enough. The Ford Motor Company offered people willing to take the Edsel for a test drive the chance to win a pony. But then the winners opted for the alternative cash prize, so all of a sudden Ford not only had an automobile that sucked and wouldn't sell and they had to get rid of all of them, they also had all these ponies. They bought a bunch of ponies that they couldn't get rid of. Anyway, so now when something happens, just remember the Edsel. Anyway, 347. Timber, Pete, and Flounder. Our number is 404-741-1230. 741-1230. If you'd like to join us. A beautiful Thursday afternoon, and I got my air back. It's cold and freezing in there now, and I'm all real happy, and aren't we all? I know. 106.3. How's it going? Look out.
The Morning Extra, Neil Bortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
Convenience is defined as the state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. At RBM of Atlanta, we embody this definition. Convenience is our middle name. With back to school in full swing and after school activities taking over all your available time, now more than ever, convenience is a must-have. Meet our Mercedes-Benz pickup and delivery service. It gives you back time and money. Does your Mercedes-Benz need service? If so, we'll pick up your vehicle that's requiring service from your home or office and bring it back to our dealership for those services. Once the services have been complete, we'll bring your Mercedes-Benz back to you. With over 110 appointments available every weekday, over 50 appointments on Saturdays, and more than 200 courtesy vehicles in our fleet, we're here to serve. RBM of Atlanta is a J.D. Power 2025 Diamond Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Pickup and delivery service restrictions do apply. Ask your service coordinator or service advisor at RBM of Atlanta for details.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the Grand Slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts, Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
This is Bruce Hagan. The law in Georgia has changed, and if you have been injured in a car crash, it's going to be harder than ever to get insurance companies to treat you fairly. What you need is a real lawyer on your side, not some phony TV or billboard lawyer who doesn't even know how to get to the courthouse. I've been a Georgia super lawyer for 20 straight years, and we try cases and we win. We get results for our clients. Call me, get in touch, hagan-law.com. We are real lawyers who will win your personal injury case.
Looking to buy a firearm for home defense or personal safety? Start with True Prep, a locally owned store dedicated to education and safety. Right now, get 20% off all used guns and gear, excluding consignments, through August 31st. And if you have a firearm you're ready to sell, we buy used guns too. No pressure, just great deals and expert guidance. Visit TruePrep.com. That's TRU Prep.com to get started. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep. Come see us at 1000 Cobb Parkway in Marietta.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap GoodRx, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Well, I got now. At 2008, the first guitar torched on stage by Jimi Hendrix, sold at an auction of rock memorabilia on this day in 2008. The first guitar he torched sold for about $320,000. It was a Fender Stratocaster burned at the end of a show at the Astoria in Finsbury Park, North London. He had burned it, the first one ever, in 1967. That auction of rock memorabilia, also held in London, included the Beatles' first management contract, signed in 1962 by all four members of the group and their manager, Brian Epstein. That management contract sold for about $300,000, 2008. And let's see, our birthday list includes Freddie Boom Boom Washington from Welcome Back, Kotter. Hello, Mr. Carter. Boom Boom Washington. One of the Freddie Boom Boom Washington and Welcome Back, Kotter is really Lawrence Hilton Jacobs. He's 72 today, and he was also in the 2016 Rob Zombie movie called 31. But anyway, Boom Boom Washington, Mr. Kotter, is 72 years old today. And on this day in history, the days of sweetness. I remember when I came across this last night or this morning for the history thing, about seeing all the pictures and the drawings and just how sweet and pleasant and old-fashioned this reminded me on this day in 1893. The fictional foe of Mr. McGregor is created when Beatrix Potter writes a letter to a friend about 4 little bunny rabbits that she named Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. She later expanded that letter into a book called The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Publishers rejected it by the dozens, finally got it published, now one of the best-selling books of all time. And it started on this day in 1893. And if you've ever seen kind of the illustrations of the Peter Rabbit stories, it just seemed kind of that old. My mother used to have do embroidery of things like that, where I remember pictures on our walls going up the stairs, and she did not embroidery. What do they call it? Where they needlepoint or stuff like that. And it's pictures, and it said, "Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man." I remember that from 1958 probably.
Beatrix Potter also did the illustrations.
You know, that's right. I'd forgotten that. It wasn't here, and I forgot that. That's right. And I remembered, it's like a colored pencil or something. It just seems so sweet and just maybe watercolors.
She had a pet rabbit that she based Peter on, and when it died, she personally skinned it so she could continue to see his markings to draw him.
Wow, that I did not know either. Peter Rabbit, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. 3:56, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. All right, now, I saw this story this morning, and again, I'm up really early, and a lot of these stories that I find from the places like the New York Post disappear later on during the day. But early this morning, I came across this story, and it bothered me in a way that may be too uncomfortable to even talk about on the radio. But I think it's worth asking a couple of questions about. There's a young woman, a girl named Lil, L-I-L, Tay, 18 years, she just turned 18. She is an OnlyFans star. She apparently has been, she's a rapper, she's from Canada, she's a singer. She, as a little girl, apparently had a fake death hoax. And when she was 15, she would kind of got popular on social media. And now at the age of 18, she has gone to OnlyFans and gone to the adult nature of OnlyFans. And this OnlyFans star, 18-year-old Lil Tay, says she has made $15 million in 2 weeks. $15 million in 2 weeks on her racy platform on OnlyFans. I get to make more money than most people ever blanking touch in their lives, the 18-year-old said. Despite, she said, the perks of putting out scandalous content on OnlyFans. Second of all, like I do what I want to do with myself and my body, every woman should be empowered and every woman should do whatever the hell they want to. That's exactly why I had to get my money up. That's exactly why I can flex on you now and motivate you to get your money up. I guess that's lingo for making money or whatever. 3.5 million. No, hold on. I got my freaking stinking wrong front. Almost 6 million followers on Instagram. Tough childhood. Talked about her daddy. Treated her like crap. He denies it. Tumultuous history. She says money can't. People can't say money can't buy happiness. Well, it does. And she said, any concerns about creepy older men signing up for her on OnlyFans state? Okay, here's what got me, and here's what I wonder if you're going to feel the same way about this as I did when I first read it. Any concerns, she says, about creepy older men signing up for her OnlyFans, stating they've been looking at her picture since she was 15, so she may as well make some money off it. She has one guy called her top spender, asked her to pose with bottles of baby oil to simulate a Sean Diddy Combs freak off. She got a lot of backlash on that one on social media. She says, I feel blanking great to posting these pictures and how much money she's made. And now she says she gets scary situations. People are stalking her. Guys in bushes trying to take pictures of her and everything else. And by the way, now I don't know what she does on. I guess she does whatever you want. If you ask, whatever they do to themselves or with I don't. Again, it's obviously porn and creepy and adult stuff. So, but now she's an adult anyway. But what creeps me out is that first of all, if you look at her, she looks like a kid. And now I haven't seen any pictures of her other than in the story. If you Google this girl, you'll see all the pictures of her, in fully clothed and just on your basic Google website stuff. But again, she's not particularly attractive. She looks like a kid. And she has kind of a puffy, she's just not, but she's willing to do $15 million in 2 weeks. And I got a lot of questions about that OnlyFans.
So what are you willing to do?
Well, well, maybe we ought to find the hell out, mister. Oh, my God. Should we do it? Oh, my God. All right. I owe you in Flounders Funny. It's 4 o'clock. I owe you Flounders Funny. Right off the top here. Hold on.
is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.
A message to human traffickers. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Let me be clear. If you smuggle human beings, you will be found, you will be prosecuted, and you will be brought to justice.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi also warning anyone thinking about paying smugglers to get into the U.S. that it's not safe. This as she expands cooperation between federal prosecutors in multiple states along the southern and northern borders. Florida just getting a green light for Alligator Alcatraz, the facility used to detain and deport migrants that a federal judge had ordered to close. Today's ruling puts the closure on hold as that legal fight continues. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. defending health policy changes that Democrats say are putting Americans at risk.
Americans have lost faith in CDC, and we need to restore that faith. And we're going to do that by telling the truth and not through propaganda.
Also telling a Senate panel he's not taking away access to vaccines while facing some bipartisan concern about criticism of the COVID vaccine and others. The rise of artificial intelligence at the White House.
I won't be surprised if AI becomes known as the greatest engine of progress in the history of the United States of America.
First Lady Melania Trump chairing a task force on AI education. She says children must be protected, but that the growth of AI must be managed responsibly. Co-chair of the President's Advisors on Science and Technology, David Sachs, thinks AI will lead to a productivity boom and will not take everyone's jobs.
There's an online quote that's been flying around that says, you're not going to lose your job to AI, but you might lose your job to someone who uses AI better than you.
CEOs from tech giants, including Microsoft, Apple, Meta, and Google, are part of today's events, which include a Rose Garden dinner tonight. Wall Street rallying ahead of tomorrow's jobs report. The Dow up 350 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
He's coming. Here he comes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The children of our nation know little to nothing about 9/11, but the Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Institute is righting this wrong by helping teachers educate kids in kindergarten through 12th grade. Their nonfiction first-person accounts are told through videos and the Discovering Heroes book series. The Institute offers full scripted curriculum units with background for teachers, a speakers bureau for classrooms, a mobile exhibit that's an interactive museum with 9/11 artifacts and FDNY guides. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org.
You gotta love it. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And like magic, it's the Steve Miller Band, 1982. Why not? Steve Miller Band, 2-week run at #1 on the singles chart. With their third #1 hit, Abracadabra, was #2 in Britain. The song is apparently inspired by Diana Ross, with whom Steve Miller met while performing together on Hullabaloo in the 60s. Abracadabra, Steve Miller Band, 1982. Huge hit. Birthday list today. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder includes Merrill Bubba Knight. Mara Bubbled Knight happened to be the brother of Gladys Knight, and he was one of the Pips. Nepotism and the Pips, my God, man. That's why they say Pippin' ain't easy. Bubba Knight, 83 years old, one of Gladys Knight's Pips. And I remember the David Letterman show when he had, and the Pips, and it was just the Pips, chubop, chubop, shubop, shubop, doing the little dance steps, his little hand rolling. I mean, swaying to the left and swaying to the right. Only the brothers could pull that off. You know, no, it's true. It's just really. Anyway, let's see. Just a kind of a sad note. In fact, I was going to post a picture, and then I decided that would be in poor taste, and I didn't want to have anybody feel bad about it. Because on this day in 2006, the Australian naturalist and wildlife expert Steve Irwin, known as the Crocodile Hunter, was off the Great Barrier Reef off Queensland, Australia, when he was pierced in the chest and the heart by a stingray barb. He was filming a shallow water segment for the documentary Ocean's Deadliest, and it killed him. And I remember seeing they had part of the video. Actually, I remember seeing part of the video. I think they have the whole thing. And I think at first they didn't realize what had happened or it wasn't a thing. And I remember when this happened, and I've shown it before over time, but a picture of me on vacation one time with a certain buddy holding a giant stingray in the waters off of Puerto Rico or Acapulco or someplace. I forgot where it was. It must have been off of Mexico. And holding a giant stingray out of the water. I'm not, giant freaking stingray. And when we went out to we went to Stingray Beach, I think they call it. You rent a boat with a guy and they take you out to play with the stingrays. And he would say, just be careful, don't step on one. If you step on one, that barb is coming up from the rear, and you never know what's going to happen. And the barb, they're hard to see in the sand. So he said, just be, again, it was, and here I am holding the freaking thing out of the water like this. You want to put that down, sir? Anyway, 406.
I just find it interesting that the poor man died. He's a worldwide phenomenon.
I know.
And you managed to spend most of that segment talking about you. Stepping on one.
I was trying to make the point that the poor man was doing something, that unfortunately got him killed. And ironically, I was trying to show a tribute to him by not belittling it by showing my picture why did I live?
We lose a great humanitarian
there you are.
him. And here you are still with us.
Look at all the people who have died of prostate cancer, and I happen to survive. I mean,
Oh, by the way,
yes.
If people want, some of our listeners out there want to give suggestions of what they would like to see you do on your OnlyFans page.
Okay, all right. Let me. In fact, by the way, this was a serious issue. This 18-year-old girl who's not particularly attractive, and she's not built like a woman. She looks like a kid. She really. I mean, if you saw her walking on the sidewalk, you'd probably think she was in junior high. I mean, she just is not a grown woman at all in any way, and not particularly pretty. And yet, she made $15 million in 2 weeks doing God knows what for men who pay her, or whoever pays her to do whatever they want. And I guess she does it if there's enough money. So anyway, the original question was going to be, as a serious topic, would you do an OnlyFans thing if you could make serious money like that? How about if this was your daughter? What if you didn't find out and somebody told you, by the way, I see your daughter's on OnlyFans. What's that? Or your wife or your sister or your mother? I mean, is this a thing? Is it anybody cares? Is it okay to make money any way you can now? If it's private, does it count as being immoral? In other words, I don't know. These issues. I mean, here we go. We're on, AI world and universe. Everything's social media. Everything is. You can major in college on making social media presentations. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Do they 20 years down the road, when their mothers or grandmothers, do they look back and go, "Gosh, I wish I had not done that"?
Or glad I did. I mean, either way. I mean, the whole world is. I mean, everything's freaking upside down. And then we had kind of jokingly, well, let me ask you this. Okay, I'm an old fart. In fact, today, when I hit the head and all this kind of stuff, and I mistakenly, like an idiot, when I'm washing my hands, like an idiot sometimes, I make the mistake of looking in the mirror as I'm walking away. And I'm my grandfather. I'm sorry. I'm my freaking grandfather. I hate it. I have no ass. I look like I got nothing here. I'm just, I got nothing. I should just be packed away, So
what would you do?
Yeah. So here I am.
What are you willing to do?
Yeah.
On your fan.
Now let me ask you this. I don't know. I didn't know how you set it up. In other words, is there an advert? Do you Google OnlyFans? People on OnlyFans, or how? Or I mean, I don't even know how you look it up. Should we take a picture of me? Should I take a picture of me? Just kind of being like just a sincere elderly gentleman sitting like this and say, "What do you give me? What do you want me to do? And how much will you pay me?" I don't know how this works. Let's set it. How do we do it? Let's set it up.
All right.
Flounder, how do we do this? You got any idea?
I have no idea, nor am I going to involve myself in any OnlyFans account.
Come on. So. Well, now wait a minute. This is for official.
Pete will manage the account.
This is for, and I'll split the and we'll see if we. And what they
you don't
want
have to do sexual things.
Right. I don't have to do
with your guns.
I don't have
allow
to
that. I don't know if
I don't have to do anything. I just wonder what would people pay me to do. and
to shoot something.
Well, or
to go shoot a can,
or
to show one of your guns off,
or to dance, or good to be alive.
To show you dance.
Yeah, good dance. Or doing my my old girl push-ups or whatever. I could do all that
shirtless.
Stuff. So, yeah, I could do the whole thing, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I could. I mean, so anyway,
take a shower.
Well, I don't.
I'm not filming it. You're going to have to set that up yourself.
Yeah. Oh my God! I'd have to get somebody to take the video.
No, you don't have to. You set it up. All these girls basically do this stuff by themselves.
Really? Well, we'd have to figure it out. Anyway, if the camera did
I don't know, but they say.
Well, I don't. I've never. I don't know how you look it up. I guess do you have to know the person you're looking up, or can you just look up?
I don't know. I just went on it a couple hours ago to see if I could set you up, and it was and I tried to
complicated.
I tried to send in the station's email address for the address.
Yeah.
And I think Mike's got that blocked. So there's no OnlyFans.
Well, no, I'm just curious. In other words, can you Google OnlyFans to see who's on there? In other words, can I look up to see who does OnlyFans? Oh, I'd like to see her or this girl or whatever. I don't know. I don't know even how you use it, how you find it. And I don't know whether you have to know a name first or whether you just Google OnlyFans, who's in there that I could look up.
Let's see.
Again, I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know what email I'm going to put on here. I don't want to find
you can use mine. Is this the kind of thing? If this can't really follow you around. I'm not doing anything illegal or immoral.
Oh no.
So yeah, you can use my email. I don't care. I mean, what the hell?
You can post something here. You can subscriptions. I guess you go on there and you can subscribe to certain people. Yeah, there's a search here, so you can look somebody up.
Well, that's what I was
looking.
Who
do you want to look up? Who do you think's on here?
How about is Sydney Sweeney on there? I wonder if she has an OnlyFans.
I doubt she doesn't need an OnlyFans.
All right. Well, who do you think? Well, I don't know who's on
porn
OnlyFans.
Star. No, well, give me a porn star.
All right. Remy REMY LaCroix LACROIX.
You know what's
not
funny?
to do on air?
Okay, you know what's funny? How long can you go in your life without hearing the word and the name Remy?
Remy, the famous actor guy, the actor guy, Remy with the black hair, Remy the Santorino or Santoro.
I just pulled a T-shirt out, and I have 500 T-shirts.
Yeah, got a million T-shirts, yeah.
For Remy Cognac.
Oh my
I'll show it
God!
to you
I know Remy Cognac. I've got a bottle of Remy Cognac. Oh my God! I think I have a bottle of Remy Cognac in my. I probably had it for 10 or 15 years because I don't drink.
She does not have OnlyFans. She does not.
No, she doesn't need it. She's
now
a retired porn star, I think. Somebody married her. She has kids now.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, God. Honestly, the things that... well, whatever. 413. Okay. No, sorry. Anyway, the OnlyFans thing, I don't know. I didn't want to bring up a horrible dumb thing. But again, what would you do if your daughter, and you find... Somebody told you, by the way, your 18-year-old daughter is making millions of dollars doing whatever guys want her to do on OnlyFans. What do you do?
That would be rough. Yeah.
She's 18. Do what you want. But again,
she can do what she wants.
Yeah. And wow.
Hey, yeah, like at Thanksgiving dinner. Hey, cousin, I saw what you did last week. Good to really see you.
Yeah, was that my
clothes on?
Yeah, that was my elbow, I think, in that one video. Anyway, 413, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder on Thursday already. Holy smokes. Yeah, look out. Shannon at 5, too.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Okay, so you go out and buy a ticket for this super big Powerball lottery, and let's say you win. Well, if you buy the ticket in Georgia, you have one thing in your favor. Georgia won't rat you out. You can stay anonymous. Where I live in Florida, that's not the case. You've got 6 months in Florida to get your affairs in order, and then the state tells everybody you're a squintillionaire. I've spent a lot of time on the air talking about people that won the lottery, whose lives later became miserable, and in some cases ended. There's a psychological study of this. It's called The Curse of the Lottery. So now, to help you out, I present to you from one such psychological study 5 reasons you do not want to win this Powerball lottery. The first reason is you actually like being married. Unless you were drop dead 100% certain about the strength of your marriage, winning a huge lottery is going to screw that up. Unexpenses and riches that are unprepared for cause immense strain on a relationship. Bye-bye hubby, bye-bye wife. Number 2, you don't want to be killed. Yeah, it's true. Quite a few lottery winners have been murdered by people they refused to give money to or by people thinking they might inherit it. Number 3, you find the idea of bankruptcy unappealing. Yep, you'd be surprised how many people win tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in a lottery and end up going bankrupt. Number 4, you're superstitious. This curse of the lottery thing is real. I'll just let you Google Jack Whitaker, lottery winner. And number 5, hey, your life isn't all that bad the way it is now. Think about it. Do you really want your friends to hate you and the media to constantly be on your tail? Go out there and win a huge lottery and let the public find out. At least on that issue, you have an edge in Georgia. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, now let's see. Peach State Windows. So, you got your windows taken care of, the double hugging vinyl, the Energy, Cowabunga, big time Charlie stuff. But also, I love Hardy Plank, and I wanted the wide Hardy Plank stuff. Well, Jeff and his lovely bride, I've worked with them 25 years ago, first time. If you need siding and stuff, they can, it's not just Hardy Plank, they can get whatever you want. They have vendors all over the country to make sure your house gets what you need, whether it's windows or even checking stuff on your door. If something's up on the roof that doesn't look right, they can check that too. These people are builders and contractors, for crying out loud. Check them out on the web, peachstatewindows.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Sparker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk. There's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
An investment in your home is something that will pay off in the future, but it's something that you can enjoy right now. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. A beautiful new garage door, entry doors, and windows are an investment you can love every day, and they will increase your home's value, energy efficiency, and curb appeal. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and high-quality work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Well, I got now. Got a little survivor action here for you with the Kimmer Pete and Flounder. On this day, 1982, Survivor at number 1 on the British singles chart with the theme Rocky III, Eye of the Tiger. It was their only chart topper. In 1982, Survivor won the Grammy Award for Best Rock Performance for the song. And it was perfect for the movie, for what it was and what it meant, what it did. It was a good choice. Survivor, 1982. I got the Eye of the Tiger, baby. Our birthday list includes Candy Alexander with a KH. Candy Alexander, 68. Was in News Radio and ER. Happy birthday. Dun, dun, dun. Eye of the Tiger. This day in history, 1956. Pete Davis, when we do our game show stuff, I always... Oh, there's your Remy Red. It's Remy Red right there. Oh, it is. Showing it on for the YouTube Mafia is an incredible story. And what's the front say? What is that? The same Remy Red there? A little hard to see. Excellent. Excellent. Anyway, 1956, when we do our game shows, Pete Davis, the first thing I say just jokingly is, Johnny Olson, who's our next contestant? Well, guess what? On this day in 1956, contestants had been told to come on down since The Price is Right first aired on NBC in 1956 on this day. Created by Bob Stewart. And how many times have you heard these names or seen them? Mark Goodson and Bill Todman. Every game show, it seemed, in America in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Mark Goodson, Bill Todman. The first rendition of the show appeared during the day, was hosted by Bill Cullen. Remember Bill Cullen? A really kind of nerdy guy with glasses and a bow tie and a crew cut kind of deal back black and white TV days. The evening version of The Price is Right appeared on the network in 1957, first game show to be broadcast in color. Now, in 1963, the ratings for that show, Price is Right, were canceled, but really picked up again by ABC, aired one season in prime time. On this day in 1972, The Price is Right began airing on CBS with Bob Barker, who at the time was still hosting the stunt game show Truth or Consequences, the one that I was on when I was in the Marines before I went overseas, and he had me in the audience, and I was part of a stunt he did with the guy who, okay, well, I'll tell you a quick story. It's on my bingo card, so forgive me for a second, but it was a Bob Barker story. Two things. He was filming the show in Hollywood, and a baby started crying in the audience. And so Bob Barker, the sweetest guy you've ever known, animal love saver. I mean, you know, with stuff like nude your animals and take everything neuter. So anyway, so Bob Barker said, cut, we can't have that. We got to get that baby. We can't have a baby in here crying and crying. I don't like that. And everybody was kind of shocked and everything. And they got the kid to take him and they went back to the show. And the stunt was that there was a Marine and there were 3 women on stage and he was supposed to wrap them in wrapping paper and then see if he could just figure out who was who or whatever. It was just, I forgot what the official stunt was, but it was women wrapped head to toe in wrapping paper, and he was doing the wrapping. And then we'll be right back with the so-and-so. Went to commercial break. The woman took off. And then when they came back on, one of the women had been switched. And the stunt was done with this particular guy because Bob Barker and the show were saying, we want to welcome back our United States Marines who have been serving overseas. This was 1967. Late 1967, as I recall. And Bob Barker said, we want to pay tribute and salute the Marines who in nearby Camp Pendleton have been serving their country overseas. In fact, our contestant here today is Private First Class Ronnie Rimbromger. Ronnie, welcome back. Just came back from Vietnam. We picked him up at the airport a few hours ago and just got back from Vietnam at the Naval Air Station and so forth. And so there's a naval base. And so he's on the show doing the thing. When they brought the girls back on, one of the girls in the wrapping was his wife, whom he hadn't seen because he was in Vietnam. And that was their reunion, was Bob Barker doing the bit of him unwrapping the wrapper of his wife. He flew out to see him on Truth or Consequences. Heartbreak. I mean, just really It was wonderful. I'll never forget it. Anyway.
Speaking of which, we do have a game today if you want to do a game.
Oh, good. Okay, we'll do that. And again, I'll wrap this up real fast here. Let's see. That was Bob Barker to the Consequences. Then they did Dennis James hosted one. Remember Dennis James? He used to do those Atlanta bank commercials here for years. When I came here in 1972, Dennis James was, you can be a thousandaire. Wasn't that his line? You can be a thousandaire at the Peachtree Bank or so. What the hell was it? Oh, God, I can't. I mean, he did so many game shows and hosting commercial stuff. Dennis James, wow. Let's see. Doug Davidson did some, I don't remember him. Anyway, and then Drew Carey, by the way, took over and has hosted the show ever since. The price is still right. Anyway. Okay, 425, Cover Pete and Flounder. Oh, goodness. Oh, we got you. Oh, no. Air raid. Oh, what does that mean? Is this halfway time?
It's halftime.
Oh, God. Okay, I got distracted.
Time for the halftime report.
No, wait a minute.
You've actually done very well the last 2 days.
Well,
yesterday, you did 90% of the stories. You made poor Flounder pull at 4 a.m.
Hey, as long as he gets the stories, then I'm happy.
Yeah, he gets 14 of them in the last minute of the show. Have you noticed that? He starts running through them.
Well, I had to catch up.
Of the 8 stories that you had us look at today to have ready for you, you have already done 50% of them.
Well,
so very good.
So you're right on track.
We're going to do some more here. We're going to do more newsy
stuff. As opposed to 2 days ago when you didn't do 90%.
Well, I know what stuff happened, and people, and things happen with stuff, and we got
personal stories.
Yeah, well, we had stuff, we're doing things. That's. And by the way, reminded me, I guess I'll pretend we were teasing about this OnlyFans thing. It would really be a hoot if there were actually people willing to pay, $50 or $3 a month or whatever. I don't know what they do. Is it a one-time? I don't know how this works, but I'd be willing to do something stupid and make a charitable donation. I'm just as silly.
Well, supposedly, I'm looking into this. TikTok, if we did a live thing, like before the show sometimes, just did a live thing of us preparing for the show and talking for like 2-3 minutes. Supposedly, people go on there and they'll put 2 cents, 3 cents in, and it builds up. And you start building up listeners, and you can get paid for doing silly little TikTok videos. It's like, okay, we can do that.
Well, I think we should.
Well, I mean, again, remember, no one wanted TikTok because they didn't want to sign to the terms and conditions on the app because the information. Yeah. But again, a lot of the apps you sign up for does that anyway.
Yeah. Well, and isn't Donald Trump still trying to buy TikTok? I mean, that's still a thing, right?
Somebody was.
Well, I mean, him trying to get
the Chinese military out of it.
Yeah. Anyway, pretty cool. All right. We'll do a newsy thing here, Flounder. Let's do a Robert Kennedy thing. If you just joined us, Giorgio Armani died today at 91. And the fashion designer, and the world is mourning him, the fashion people mourning him for he was a force. Okay, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the top Democrats clashing today. The Senate Finance Committee meeting, and they're trying to destroy him. They're lying about him. They're saying he won't let people take vaccines anymore. He wants to kill children and stuff like that. It's freaking absolutely disgustingly horrible. And let's do cut number 3 here, Flounder. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talking about, in particular, the COVID stuff that happened for those 3 years. And how politicized it became under the Democrats. Number 3, sir.
We were lied to about everything. We were lied to about natural immunity. We were lied to about, we were told again and again the vaccines would prevent transmission. They'd prevent infection. It wasn't true. They knew it from the start it wasn't true because that's what the animal studies and the clinical trials showed. We were told that there was science behind cloth masks. The CDC allowed the teachers union to write the order closing our schools, which hurt working people all over the country, and then pretend it was science-based. The 2 biggest health officials at FDA during COVID, Dr. Gruber and Dr. Krause, criticized the Biden mandates, vaccine mandate. President Biden said in August, I would never take that vaccine, the Trump vaccine. And he came in, he mandated it, and then he fired the 2 top health officials at FDA who said, hey, this thing has not been properly tested. So the whole process was politicized, and even today.
More and more things are coming out about that last freaking administration and what they did and how they destroyed this country. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, medically, science, chemistry, the things they're hiding. And again, you know what? Should we play? It was an hour ago, Flounder. Let's do it. We'll play. It's a minute long. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has disclosed that a study here in Fulton County was hidden because it would have looked bad for the people pushing the vaccine mandate. Flounder, let's do cut number 4, please. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. today.
I'll just tell you one example, and I could sit here and give you thousands.
There's a million of them.
But in 2002, CDC did an internal study of Atlanta and Fulton County, Georgia children and looked at children who got the MMR vaccine on time and compared those to kids who got them later. So in other words, kids who got them before 36 months and kids who got them afterward. The data from that study showed that black boys who got the vaccine on time had a 260% greater chance of getting an autism diagnosis than children who waited. The chief scientist on that, Dr. William Thompson, the senior vaccine safety scientist at CDC, was ordered to come into a room with 4 other co-authors by his boss, Frank DeStefano, who's the head of the immunization safety branch, and ordered to destroy that data. And then they published it without that fact. So you know that story. I know that story. And you know of hundreds of stories like that. It happens all the time. We are being lied to by these agencies, and we're going to change that right now.
And that's why he's been firing people, because they're part of the old team, have been doing this kind of cover-up crap to the
status quo.
I mean, it's unbelievable. He says time for a change. We voted for this. Those freaking Democrats, and they claim that he's trying to kill children. I mean, honestly, these people have no soul. Said there's a blackness where their heart ought to be. Someone turned off their freaking heart light and gave it to AT to go home with. Yes.
We've got a little response to your OnlyFans
all
plan.
Right. I'm ready now. Yeah.
A Chad Potier from Hangman has weighed in.
Chad Trusclair,
For the love of God. The last thing we need is an OnlyFans channel with the Kimmer, oh my Lord.
Well, I got to get a nest egg back somehow. I could probably make $80-90 over the course of a couple of months, I'll bet you.
Yeah.
I could grow with interest, 4% interest. I could be like $92 in 5 or 6 years. It's 430.
Tank of gas for you.
My master's degree was not in finance, as you could. 432, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here with a thing there. A little late there in the afternoon break. Shannon Burke coming up at 5 o'clock, though. Holy cow.
Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn Beck until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hi, Pete Davis here, and football's back, and Underdog is the best place to make your picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right here, right now in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, interceptions, passing yards, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you can start with as little as $1. I played 2, and Friday night I'm thinking Travis Kelce will go over his receiving yards projections against the Chargers, celebrating that engagement, and Patrick Mahomes will throw for more passing touchdowns than his show. It's simple, it's fun, and it keeps me locked into every play. Download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063 for $50 in bonus funds. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. You can be next. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Are
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle, something for the family, but also for my daughter who's going to be driving soon. Why should I call you?
The main thing is you get to see it's a full transparency sale. What I like to do is show you the whole gamut, show you everything that's out there and everything that's available. I can get any make, any year, any model.
Financing. If I need to use it, what can you offer?
We have some of the best banks available, and we got rates starting at 4.99 from a 23 model and above. It could be a 14 model. We still have banks that will do all the financing for you at good rates, and they're primary banks. If you have credit issues, we still have banks that can accommodate those issues as well.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Atlanta without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Atlanta for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. Atlanta is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Atlanta and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
Extra 106.3 personalities aren't afraid to tell it like it is.
Without Donald Trump, nothing that's going on would be happening right now. Donald Trump is changing the world.
And you'll never hear us spew that violent rhetoric from the left. So don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Because we're happy to have you as part of the Extra community.
I particularly like Donald Trump's actions in getting illegal aliens the hell out of this country.
Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
It's the Bee Gees, Massachusetts. What's that now? Gary. 1976, the Bee Gees. That's squeaking. They went to number 1 in the American singles chart. You Should Be Dancing. It was their 3rd American number 1 hit, made number 5 in Britain. You Should Be Dancing. And it was this song in 1976 that launched the Bee Gees into disco stardom. And this is the first chart topper in which Barry Gibb used that trademark falsetto. For the first time, number 1 with that voice. What a crew that was, the three of them. I guess they're all dead now, I think. You should be dancing.
One of them's still
One of
with
them still
us, I
alive?
think.
Yeah, we go over this every time. I keep forgetting. They had Kennedy teeth, as I recall. Just poor bastards. They're just horrible. Kennedy teeth. Birthdays. Damon Wayans. I was a first soprano in the boys' grade school choir. I was his first soprano soloist when I was in 6th grade. My God. Birthdays, Damon Wayans, 65. In living color, my wife and kids, The Last Boy Scout, the Lethal Weapon series. Damon Wayans, 65 years old today. And let's see, on this day in history, I love doing this story every year. On this day in 1886, Apache leader Geronimo surrenders to the American government. 30 years he battled protecting his tribe's homeland. 1886, the Apaches, exhausted and outnumbered, they accepted his surrender, the last Native American warrior to formally give in to U.S. forces. It signaled the end of the Indian Wars in the Southwest. The last one to give up. He grew up in Arizona and New Mexico, clashed with non-native settlers taking their land. Geronimo's family was murdered by Mexicans. He later led raids against Mexican and American settlers in revenge. In 1874, the government moved Geronimo and his people from their land to a reservation in Arizona. It was horrible conditions. He escaped. For 10 years, they battled federal troops, launched raids on white settlements. Geronimo and his supporters forced back onto the reservation over and over. He had 150 followers. One last time they fled, pursued into Mexico by 5,000 troops. The General Crook forced Geronimo to surrender. He escaped, continued his raids, eventually forced him to surrender again near the New Mexico border. Geronimo led the Apaches to Florida and Alabama, ended in the Comanche and Kiowa Reservation, or Kiowa Reservation near Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Geronimo became a successful farmer and converted to Christianity. Geronimo participated in President Theodore Roosevelt's inaugural parade in 1905. Geronimo dedicated his autobiography and published it in 1906. He died in 1909, but yes, Geronimo in 1905 is in a photograph in an automobile.
Yep.
He was in the 1904 Locomobile, not a Cadillac, as is often believed. The stage photo, in this case in 1905, was part of a publicity stunt at the 101 Ranch to portray Geronimo as civilized for the press while he was still imprisoned at Fort Sill. But he was in the inauguration parade as well with Teddy Roosevelt. What a story. Geronimo, 1905. I keep thinking, 1809 or 1782 or something. It's like 1900s, crying out loud.
We have another weigh-in on your OnlyFans.
Okay. Now, again, Hangman. And by the way, remember Chad Trotsky, remember how I gave him his nickname, Hangman?
No, I don't.
The election. And they challenged it in court because of the hanging Chads.
Hanging Chad.
And his name is Chad, and I started calling him the Hangman. What silly, stupid. Anyway, yes, sir, I'm sorry.
It worked.
Something else with an OnlyFans possibility for the Kimmer here? What do you think?
David from Marietta says, how about you take the chopper up into the mountains for the fall colors? Have you riding around with the leaves and everything and showing you riding around on your chopper? Or just doing around Alpharetta, showing you riding around? Of course, someone would have to film that
I would have to have. Or you know what? I wonder if, I guess you couldn't get a GoPro attached to my helmet or something, but that would only show me going forward. It wouldn't show the bike, but it wouldn't show the motorcycle.
That's true.
I think they want to see the motorcycle.
You could also do a Cooking with Kimmer where you're shirtless, although the way you guys talk about that image, he might take money from fans asking him to keep his shirt on.
Either way, though.
While you're cooking.
Now, are they offering money for me to do it? Are they saying we'd love to see you do it? Now that's the other thing. If I did it, then would people pay me to keep doing stuff like that, or you have to do something after you get the money? In other words, if someone says I'll give you $50 to go ride your motorcycle, then I'll get the $50 and go ride my motorcycle. Or do I go ride the motorcycle and hope he sends me the $50? And plus, who would pay me $50 to watch me ride my chopper? Hoping I'd turn it over, Anyway, which is not an impossibility. Anyway, 444 or something or other. Oh, by the way, here we go with the court cases with Donald Trump. Oh, I'm sorry, God. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Where's my thing? I forgot my thing. Where's my thing? I swear to God, I had my thing right here. Here it is now.
Where's my
froggy? Here it is. Hey, Flounder. Here we go. Like I was saying a minute ago. Hey, Johnny Olson, who's our next contestant here on The Price is Right? Come on down. Pete Davis. What do we got here, sir?
All right. I want you guys, and Flounder will start. It's 3 strikes again.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go.
Name me
Congratulations.
The top 5 countries.
Yeah.
Okay. The top 5 countries that have put Major League ball players in the major leagues this year.
All right.
Top 5 countries?
Go first.
Countries.
5. Yeah. There's
Cuba.
Top 5 countries that have put major. Cuba is actually number 4. You're correct, sir.
All right.
That's right.
All right.
Kimmer, it's your turn.
I would say America.
America's number 1. 1,052 players. Cuba had 34.
I was going to say something else, and I said, well, yeah, it's America, you idiot. I mean, I didn't think of it for a minute. We forgot we're here,
All right,
where it started.
3 left.
Mexico.
3 left. Mexico is not up there. No, it is not. Kimmer, your turn.
Costa Rica.
Nope, Costa Rica's not there. Flounder, it's your turn.
Colombia?
Colombia is not. That's 2 strikes for Flounder there. How about you, Kimmer?
Panama.
Panama is not there. So, Flounder, it's your turn. You got 2 strikes.
Russia?
Russia?
Actually, can
Russia?
I should have said China.
No, you said Russia. That's 3 strikes. Kimmer, if you get one right, you've won.
All right, Japan.
Japan.
Son of a...
So, should we keep going to one of your names one?
God, I can't think of
Flounder,
the other South American, South American, Central American
Flounder's
countries.
turn. Shut up.
China?
No,
not China. Kimmer, balls in your court.
That little country right in the middle between the two of them, and I can't think of where they all come from, like half of our Braves, for God's sakes. And it's not coming onto my head. It's
Aruba?
No. Santo Domingo. No, where the hell?
No,
I can't think. It won't come out.
All right.
This could go on forever.
Venezuela?
Venezuela's number 3. You're absolutely right. With 91 players. The other 2 at number 5 was Puerto Rico with 24.
I should have known.
And number 2 with 141 players, the Dominican Republic.
That's what I said. Costa Rica. I meant Dominican Republic. That's what I was thinking, because that's the other vacation spot. Costa Rica's one with the beach and the Kimmer and golf courses. The other famous place, Dominican. Yeah, and see, I got them backwards because my mind's bad and I'm stupid. Congratulations again, Flounder, you bastard. I mean, why don't we just call it? And you too, Kimmer, while we play, the rest of us play this game we win. But that's it's good. It's okay because this keeps me humble. My God, 4:57 already. There's a dreading doom dirge coming up here with the Kimmer Show.
47.
I'll look out.
Get connected to Extra 106.3 on all your favorite apps. Then download ours and stream the station across Georgia. We're live online at extra1063.com. Stream live video from the studios on YouTube. And of course, Kimmer, Bortz, and your favorite Extra shows in crystal clear digital on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family-owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallINC.com, or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 9500 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Hey Atlanta Braves fans, this is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Football season is back on Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today, use my code ROAM, and get $50 in bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Having a safety plan is essential. If somebody breaks into your home or if you find yourself in a confrontation, don't start with a firearm. Start smarter. Start less lethal. Start with Byrna. The Byrna launcher is the most effective self-defense tool available today without the legal, financial, or emotional consequence that come from using a gun. I carry one myself. I recommend every family concerned about safety should have a Byrna too. I just gave one to my son and my daughter who just moved out on their own. The new Byrna compact launcher, it's the world's smallest, less lethal pistol. It's concealable anywhere. It fires powerful kinetic and tear gas rounds, and it can stop an attacker cold for up to 40 minutes. It's easily carried in a purse or a backpack. No background checks. It's legal in all 50 states. Ships straight to your door. And Byrna has protection for every member of the family, from safety alarms to personal defense sprays, trusted by hundreds of law enforcement agencies. It's a Byrna, because your first line of defense should always be less lethal. Visit Byrna, BYRNA.com, and find the right launcher for your family. That's Byrna, BYRNA.com.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
A little Fleetwood Mac for you. In 1976, Fleetwood Mac number 1 on the American album chart, with their self-titled album being on the charts for over a year. It went on to sell 5 million of them in America, the first of 3 number 1 albums for Fleetwood Mac on this day in 1976. And every night I have Christine sing me home, baby, because I like what she means to me and makes me feel good. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Hold everything to the phones we go. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder welcoming our friend Swatoon. How you doing, man? What's going on?
Hey, Kimmer.
I used to stream a little bit during the COVID part, but I was going to say there's some people who make money by sleeping. They just let camera record them all night sleeping.
Sleeping? It makes people put at ease. Like I know I know they in Japan. I think it's Japan. Might be China. I think it's Japan. Don't they have women who hire themselves to be sitting to keep you company while you're having dinner? You can turn on your computer and they will sit there and watch on their computer screen and watch you have your dinner and just be there for you.
Actually, yeah, streaming, eating the food, it's extremely popular in China, Japan, and lots of different countries because the food is not available that much, so people just like to watch other people eat good stuff while they're eating cabbage.
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. I mean, seriously, you're making a living just sitting there watching a guy eat dinner, like a little geisha girl or something. It's the damnedest thing.
On TikTok, I got 30,000 followers myself.
Really?
But
I love it.
I'm not really pursuing streaming career, you know what I mean? I don't have time with the kids right now. But
yeah, there you go. Wow. Cool. I don't know what to make. Should I do an OnlyFans page? What do you think, Swatoon?
Well, if only they put like a ceiling fans and stuff like that for you, that would work.
Very funny.
You guys have a good one.
All right, man. Have a great day. That's right. Oh, you know what? Did I screw them out of a Flounders Funny? I did, didn't I?
What's that?
I screwed them little people out of a Flounders Funny.
You did you?
I did. We never did the one because I was talking about the girl, the OnlyFans girl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Here we go.
Let's do one right here.
All right. This is Ryan Goodcase talking about matching with dead people on dating sites.
Oh, my. I love it.
Did you ever wonder if any of the people you swipe past are dead? You ever think about that? Because if you die, no one's going to delete your dating profile. Right? No one's going to go into your phone after the funeral all weepy-eyed like, oh, she really did like to hike. That's not going to happen. Which means I'm probably swiping past hundreds of dead people. Or at least that's what I tell myself when I don't get any matches. Maybe they're dead. They're probably dead. I hope they're dead. I hope they're all dead.
Pretty funny.
Ryan Goodcase.
There you go. In fact, I'm not making this up. The other day, I've been cleaning up stuff, including on my phone. I've been getting rid of old pictures that don't mean anything, stuff like that. And I've been deleting a whole bunch of messages on Facebook stuff that I haven't used in a long time. And I erased a whole bunch of them, like over a year or so. And the last one now I have right before the first one under the latest message on my Facebook message, I discovered I still have from Chris Mortensen. From Mort.
Well, keep it.
I will. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it.
I keep messages from people that have passed on, like Jeremy and Jack.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've got a couple of those. And it really it touched me. It touched me. I felt
you come
something.
across it every now and then.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like
He was so good to me and so nice to me. My brother died. I mean, I was on the plane. I mean, he put my phone number in his phone. Took my phone and put his number in there and contacted me to see how I was doing. I mean, just Chris Mortensen we're talking about, the famous sports guy who had cancer, then got over it, and then it came back and it got him. But anyway, so I kept this message and I'm going to keep it anyway. Just think for the kicks. 4:56. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And let's see, I do have a little quick history thing for you. And by the way, again, Shannon Burke at 5 o'clock here in 4 minutes. There we go. What a story was on this day in 1900, the first known case of typhoid. Mary Mallon was the first recorded case of a healthy carrier of typhoid. They called her Typhoid Mary. Suspected of directly infecting 51 people with typhoid while working as a cook. Several of them died. She herself never got sick. Typhoid Mary was a carrier, but never hurt her. Outbreaks of typhoid followed her wherever she worked. She was put in quarantine for 3 years. She was released when she promised not to work as a cook. When she was released, she did resume working as a cook, and it caused several more typhoid outbreaks. So Typhoid Mary was put in quarantine for the rest of her life. The first carrier, Typhoid Mary. Wow. 4:57. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. You want to do another Flounder's Funny? Because we got a third one after the 5 o'clock hour.
Don't have one. Give me a sec.
Well, yeah, we got a little time here.
One job.
Why not? No. That was me. That was all my bad. It was all my total bad here. We'll do it. Anyway, talk about judges. Alligator Alcatraz is back open again. Another judge. Here we go. Judge yes, judge no, judge yes, and now Trump wins another one. And it's all going to go before the Supreme Court eventually. And we'll talk more about them being scared. A lot of judges afraid that they're supporting Donald Trump's dangerous to them. Yeah, we'll stop being pansies. Anyway, don't worry about it. You okay in there, Flounder?
There we go.
Okay, excellent. Well done.
I pulled one that's too long. That's what she said.
Well, I hate that problem.
Jeez. Let's see here.
Money for
no, this is just no. We're good.
All right, here we go.
All right, stand by.
So we were the only Asian people in Knoxville when I was growing up, so I had no idea I was supposed to be smart. I didn't figure out till my first day of college. People sitting next to me trying to copy my work. They're like, man, you're not smart. I'm like, I'm sorry, I was born here.
Who's that, Flounder?
That's Mr. Henry Cho.
Henry Cho. I remember that name now, anyway. Shandenberg coming up at 5 o'clock here with Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And actually, if there was a way to do a thing, whether people would, maybe we should look into this TikTok thing before we go on the show every day. If we could get something like...
I just texted our boss, Scott, and we're going to talk to the social media department about getting an extra TikTok account.
Excellent. I was going to say, because we missed Princess, and I don't know whether everybody's doing that still, so we'll see. Anyway, it's going to be kind of fun. Shandenberg joining us at 5 o'clock, which is shortly with Kevin, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. Happy Thursday. How you doing? Look out. Here we go.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
A crime crackdown debate intensifies. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump extending a National Guard deployment to the nation's capital until the end of November. It would have ended next week. And now D.C.'s Attorney General is suing, calling the military intervention illegal and an occupation. The White House says the president is acting well within his legal authority. This as Illinois' Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker again accuses the administration of ulterior motives for threatening to send troops to fight crime in Chicago while also ramping up immigration enforcement.
Part of their kind of nefarious plan is begin with ICE, cause mayhem on the ground, and by doing that, say that there's a need for military troops on the ground to protect ICE.
Some community leaders say help is needed to fight crime in Chicago. Meantime, a federal appeals court just blocking a lower court ruling that restricted the president's use of troops in L.A. while that court fight continues. Tough day on Capitol Hill for the U.S. Health Secretary.
Robert Kennedy has elevated conspiracy theorists, crackpots, and grifters to make life or death decisions about the health care of the American people.
But Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says the CDC didn't do its job, telling Democratic Senator Ron Wyden.
Senator, you've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%. And you said nothing.
Though some Republicans on the Senate panel also raised concerns about the firing of the CDC director and criticism of COVID vaccines, Kennedy insisting again he's not anti-vaccine and that he's not taking vaccines away. The State Department will not be allowed to refuse to issue passports based on gender identity. A federal appeals court just letting stand a judge's order against the new policy. America is listening to Fox News.
He's coming. Here he comes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The children of our nation know little to nothing about 9/11, but the Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Institute is righting this wrong by helping teachers educate kids in kindergarten through 12th grade. Their nonfiction first-person accounts are told through videos and the Discovering Heroes book series. The Institute offers full scripted curriculum units with background for teachers, a speakers bureau for classrooms, a mobile exhibit that's an interactive museum with 9/11 artifacts and FDNY guides. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org.
Let's get it together, ladies. Let's shoulder. Right up like ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out, it's only me, it's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder and Shannon Burke. It's very possible Man Country, Florida is on the air with the Kipper, Pete and Flounder show, I think. Boys,
I'm right here,
how
are you?
How's it going anyway? Well, we're just looking at all the stuff going on in the world here today. Robert F. Kennedy being battered by those dirty, rotten, lying, slimy, lying Democrats. God.
Yeah. All because of the fact he won't recommend healthy people get the vaccine.
And again, he says, if you want to get a vaccine, get 100 of them. I'm not saying no one should ever take a shot. I'm just saying don't be stupid about it. I mean, we're not going to force you. Oh my God! I mean, this is so
and
silly.
they lied repeatedly about it. Every one of them said, "Oh, you and me, the vaccines are unavailable. People want these vaccines." Yeah, that was a good. He did a great job. I thought he did an outstanding job.
Yeah, absolutely. And the screaming. I mean, just the vicious attacks. And he again, undercovering evidence about how they hid the evidence, showing the little black boys in Fulton County were 5 million% more likely to develop autism if they took the freaking shots, and they covered it up.
They destroyed the data.
God, I mean, people should be in prison for that.
Yep. They should
seriously, that's treason. That's affecting the trajectory of your nation. I don't know.
Yeah. But look, he also got out there and admitted, look, we were lied to. We were lied. They told us the vaccine would prevent transmission and it would keep you from getting it. Neither of those were true. The mask thing there was no science involved in it. I think it's good for people, the American people, to hear it, but the Democrats, it's like kryptonite to hear that information.
Well, and again, it involved all of us directly. My daughter Sarah. This was a time when I was going to meet. I meet him every spring, every March in Florida, at the condo that my favorite ex-wife and her husband have, and we all get together. It's a family reunion. I still love her, and she still loves me, and everybody's happy. But anyway, so we're there, and Sarah said, "Well, did you get the vaccine yet?" And I said, "No." She said, "Well, if you don't get it, you're not going to play with your grandkids."
That's terrible.
My daughter's just saying it. And I said, okay, fine. So I got one shot, and I took video of it and sent it to her and say, okay, there, and I'm going to see my freaking grandchildren. But again, this is what happened. I mean, everything that was a result of that whole issue really changed America. To say nothing of the teenagers who didn't have proms, didn't have sports activities, no dating, I mean, all the things that affected a whole childhood.
Right. And some people have wised up about it, for lack of a better word. They're like, okay, maybe it's not that, but some of them were they're locked in. They can't wait to get there. They've had 7 or 8. They demand the right. You get the Western Health Alliance of California, Oregon, and Washington State up there.
That's right.
They've set out to buy their own back stock of COVID shots just so they can be happy and shoot each other in the arm with it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
What do you think about American Eagle stock?
I love that. Was it 25% or 30%? 30%. Yeah.
And they admit, they said it's all because of Sweeney.
That's
Sweeney
right.
is a winner.
Yeah.
I really do think that hot women are going to make a return to advertising. They hadn't been. It's been overweight women talking about a drug or selling Dove soap or whatever.
Yeah.
Hot women are back.
Well, in fact, a few days ago, I remember talking about how Gap and Pete, who was it? The other American, Who the hell was the other jean company? Gap.
Levi's.
No, it wasn't Levi's. It was
Gap is Levi's, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Gap, and I can't remember the name, but it's another brand. Are now both going to hot babe stars wearing their jeans in TV commercials. And in fact, and today I saw the commercial, or maybe it was last night. I saw the Sydney Sweeney new commercial for Jimmy Choo shoes.
Yes.
So now Jimmy Choo's. Although there's one quick picture of her feet in the shoes, and then one where she's taking it off at the end. So it's mostly on boots and purses, but it's Sydney Sweeney showing off the things of Jimmy Choo, and they're going to be a hit, and people are going to buy the product. And no, it reminded me of back when we were talking about the sorority rush. News I know were coming how expensive it was.
Oh, yeah.
And all those videos of all those sororities with their American flags and their rah we love our country.
Daisy
that's
Dukes.
That's the new advertising theme campaign for this country for young people. I think.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's it's the hot women are back, and retailers and business people are realizing, holy crap, this works.
Yeah.
We put hot girls back, and all of a sudden.
I mean, who didn't? I mean, it's just so stupid. And again, I can't get over that somebody actually had the unmitigated gall to try to come up with a Nazi symbolism of jeans to a pretty girl wearing jeans. I mean, honestly, who in their mind could have thought of that?
And you know what? It was a brilliant ad campaign because of that reason. Everybody, they didn't thank Travis Kelce for his American Eagle ads. It had nothing to do with it. It all had to do with a hot blonde babe with boobs and the whole thing.
Unbelievable. It's just silly. It's so silly. All the wasted time and the energy and the disputes and now you can't talk to your family because it's just stupid. What the freaking liberal have gone way too far. In fact, I somewhere here. Well, you keep talking with Peter. I got to find something you'll love.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about the DOJ considering some common sense gun laws?
We haven't got there. Tell the little people what we're talking about.
Well, apparently they're considering banning gun ownership for trans people.
Yeah. Well, if you're mentally ill, in fact, the guys before us were talking about that very thing. If you are mentally ill and all of a sudden transsexualism may have been taken off the official mentally ill list, but is still listed as an issue or a problem or something. There's some new technicality.
Some type of diagnosis.
But still, if you are suffering from a mental illness, diagnosed as a mental illness, I would have a serious problem with you owning a gun if it's a mental illness that could affect your ability to act reasonably. Any mental illness, trans or anything else.
The gender dysphoria condition, recognized in medical literature, describes a deep conflict between a person's birth sex and their gender identity. And they say, there's been a spate of recent shootings involving individuals purportedly struggling with just that thing. And there's probably some affirming drugs they're taking or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's common sense.
This is not going to happen, but I think, it does make, the people that push this ideology are obviously 99.99% on the left. So, I think they do this so that they'll have people from the left to come out and fight for gun rights for trans people, because that would be the most ridiculous thing for them to do.
Well, yeah, but they've already now supported gangsters staying in America. They've already supported no more deporting gangbangers. We want to keep them here in our country. Stop opening those prisons. We don't want people to go to prison.
And those poor, the 11 unsuspecting Trinidad drug dealers.
God.
Oh my God! No due process, no nothing. Trump's an evil murderer.
By the way, I read a follow-up story on that, which I did not hear the facts of which in the first one. Apparently, it was Marines who got him.
Really?
Yeah, it was the United States Marines who got him, but I don't know how. I don't know how the weapons used or how they did it. No one said how they pulled it off, but the story said that it was Marines who got him in the open. So I'm thinking, man, cool.
The short memories these liberals have. They don't recall the some 3,000 people that Obama droned, one of them American citizens, or the 8 to 10 members of the Afghani family that were droned as a payback for the Abbey Gate incident. Wrong people, innocent people. They turned them into mush.
Well, in fact, I don't even care about any of that. What I think is freaking hysterical is that United States Marines are allowed by our president of the United States to go over the open ocean and just shoot and blow up drug boats. I mean,
don't you think they regularly patrol it? Maybe.
Can you imagine the next drug cartel leader who wants to get a volunteer to take another load of cocaine to Miami? Gee, boss,
Mr. George.
It's called. It's cold and flu season, boss. I don't know if it's a smart idea.
See, my wife has this thing.
Ernesto, it's your turn in the barrel.
By the way, I found that memorable post I got. This is from Ted Nugent, and it was said to me. I think it was sent to me by old buddy Mike Summers, or maybe Milton. I can't remember. Well, somebody sent me this, and from Ted Nugent, it says, "If a liberal from 1960 showed up in this year, he'd be considered a conservative."
Yeah.
A liberal 1960 today would be considered a conservative. If a liberal from today showed up in 1960, he'd be considered a dangerous lunatic. Think about it.
That's true.
Trannies and wokeness. You can be a furry in school if you want. We have tranny classes for little children. I mean, all this kind of stuff. Are you nuts?
Yeah, they throw you in the. Back then, they had a St. Olives they could throw you.
Well, remember John Kennedy, for God's sakes, was one of the guys saying, "Hey, what's good for General Motors is good for America. And if you Russians try to come into our country, we'll bomb the hell out of you and shut down a country." They weren't fooling around back then.
No.
I mean, that was a Democrat, the leader of the Democrat Party. So,
yeah.
I mean, geez.
I'm sure you've seen the Canadian police giving advice on how to deal with a home invader.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, they want to make sure that if you are the unfortunate victim of a home invasion, to don't fight back, leave if you can, or lock yourself and your family in a room. Don't attempt to stop him. Just let him get what he wants, and he can leave. It's literally the opposite of everywhere in America.
Yeah,
they said the word comply. The best thing to do is comply.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That is nonsense, man. That, and the news that today, that the number one cause of death in Canada right now?
What's that?
Physician-assisted suicide.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. The number one cause of death is, they have medically assisted, what do they call it? Medically assisted suicide or something like that? Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
state-sponsored suicide.
Yeah. Not bad.
Holy smokes! What
takes them off the rolls? They don't have to pay them. They don't have to pay their benefits.
Yeah. And if I lived in Canada, I might want to go out like that.
Wow. Holy moly.
It's a crazy world. But look, I look around the world. You look at the UK, comedy writers getting arrested at the airport by armed cops because they had a tweet that might upset a trans person.
Yeah.
And that guy might do some time. And in Canada, half the people, they're killing themselves. And if they're not, your home invader, you'll have to comply with him. And then I think, okay, maybe we don't have it that bad here yet.
Oh, God, I mean, Europe, this kind of stuff is spreading. In Europe, Donald Trump, remember, had to read in the Ryan Act about freedom of speech. No, the other countries don't have freedom of speech. They don't have it. They do not have an article in their constitution allowing and demanding freedom of speech.
Keir Starmer said, "We've had freedom of speech in England for a long, long time."
No, you don't.
As long as it's what we like to hear.
By the way, Flounder just found something very bizarre.
What's that?
Just in, Libs of TikTok, just in, Dearborn Heights Police Department in Michigan has just revealed America's first police badge to feature Arabic writing in order to reflect and honor the diversity of our community.
How long before that Dearborn turns to Sharia law? And
well, it's the first question. Will the police officer enforce U.S. law or Sharia law if there's a conflict? Another, I've been learning to write Arabic. Here's my first effort. Do you think the terrorists will understand? Go blank yourself.
That's alarming.
Dearborn, Michigan, the Arabic police badge doesn't shock me because they're showing the videos of all the Arabic protests and,
Yeah, you think you're
riots.
You think you're in, Lebanon at some of those events and Dearborn.
The current mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, is Abdullah Hammoud, elected in November 21, assumed office in 22, becoming the city's first Arab American Muslim mayor, a member of the Democrat Party, previously a state representative in the Michigan House of Reps. Arabic police badges in Dearborn Heights, Michigan.
Wow. Does that mean that their citations have to be written in Arabic as well? The tickets they get?
I don't get any of this. I mean, it literally has, you can see the sign. It says it's a badge, a typical shape of a badge. And it says Dearborn Heights, and then underneath another line.
Squiggly line.
With a wiggly, and then the two deer dancing up to a whatever. And then it says police, and then another squiggly line of Arabic.
Flounder just sent it to me. That is alarming.
Holy criminy.
Oh, why would they?
We're not, now here's the problem. Oh, no, what are you, racist, Peterson? What are you, Arab hater or something like that? No, that's not the issue. The issue is the Dearborn American Police Department. Then why don't you put a couple of Polish things? I bet we could find a whole bunch of black guys who live in Dearborn. How about a little salute to the brothers, a little Ebonics or something, what it is, or something like, I don't know. Keeping it crunk. Dearborn Heights, keeping it crunk.
No, you're not racist against Arabs.
Yeah, put that on police cars. Yeah, Dearborn Heights, keeping it crunk.
I don't know why we have to. They say that they did it to reflect and honor diversity in their community. Diversity. It's just like this rainbow crosswalk. Like you have to have a rainbow crosswalk, or it won't be safe for gay people to live in your town.
Just symbolism is one thing, but I mean this is just I don't understand.
That's something we ought to be concerned about, I would think.
And by the way, why Arabic? Why that one? Why Arabic and not something else? Or is this like a Jew to the sea thing? Is this are these people who want the Jews to all die?
Yes, you can bet your ass. Every Muslim in Dearborn wants the Jews wiped off the planet.
Okay, so doesn't this maybe have a reflection about some people could talk about using jeans for Hitler with a girl in jeans? How about using Arab language for telling people they want all the Jews in Dearborn Heights, Michigan to die? What a bunch of crap. I mean, why is this deliberate? They're doing this deliberate.
Well, here's the thing.
How you think about this?
Their numbers are as such that this can, if they put this up for a vote, it would pass. I mean, that's the way they've changed government. It's a Trojan horse scenario.
Well, the mayor's Muhammad Mahmoud, and he's Muslim, which is fine. We love Muslims. However, I don't know what they're trying to do in Dearborn, Michigan. And the Hamtramck is all Muslim. I think they have Sharia law in Hamtramck.
Well, boys. What is your feel about tonight's NFL opener, Pete? Do you have a call on tonight's game? My Cowboys up against the Eagles?
I hope your Cowboys show up for at least a quarter or two.
Yeah, I think it's going to be bad looking.
What do you think about Micah Parsons being traded?
It's like a stake in my heart. It really is.
Yeah,
it really. But look,
he didn't want to be there. He apparently got offered more money than anyone's ever been offered. He said no.
Jerry says the team's better. Jerry's always right.
Yeah, sure he is. Did Micah get his number 11 at his new team, or do we know? I haven't heard anything. I wonder.
I don't know, but you got a whole bunch of their money.
You got 11 by 0.00000. You got 11 of those.
By Green Bay with that. And Appleton.
I can't wait to see that first game, boy. I can't wait to see the first Packers game on TV.
Oh, it hurts. It really hurts.
Sorry, man. I know.
Could be worse. Could be a Falcons fan.
Yeah.
Who do you guys open with?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Right.
So we have a chance, I guess, maybe. And they're saying Penix ready to go, so we'll see. Our quarterback. We'll see.
Penix. Not Penis.
Penix.
All right, boys. Kevin Flounder, good to talk to you, buddy.
Have a good one down there.
See you guys.
Thanks, my friend. 520, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here on 106.3. Oh, by the way, on this day in 1998, Google, incorporated by two guys, PhD students at Stanford, they own more than half the stock and all the voting power. Google's original name in 1998 was Backrub, and then changed it to Backrub. And now, Holy Crap at Sports by RBM of Atlanta. Pete Davis right here.
Yeah, go backrub that, will you? I backrubbed it today.
Sorry, honey.
Braves were no-hit into the 7th inning last night in Wrigley Field before erupting for 4 runs in the 7th and beating the Cubs 5-1 to salvage the last game of a 3-game series. Ozzie Albies broke up the no-no with a single, and new shortstop Ha-Seong Kim blasted a 3-run homer. Here's how it sounded.
Left on right matchup. Pitch all the way to Kim, and he drives one. High in the air to deep left field to the wall. Out of the ballpark. Ha-Seong Kim blasting one into the bleachers, and the Braves take a 3-1 lead in the 7th.
Ben Ingram was 680 The Fan. Guess how many home runs the Braves had from the shortstop position going into last night's game?
I would say 34.
Less.
27.
Less.
1.
Less.
Oh, my God.
0.
They owed home runs. They actually owed 4 home runs before we caught. Oh, my gosh.
That kid that played there most of the year is great defensively, but he can't hit major league, so you can't have someone hitting that light on a team that can't hit.
But I remember there were some critics when we got this new shortstop. They were saying, well, he was hurt or he was, been something. We were kind of a little hoping it would work out okay. Man, he's been a force.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
far.
I like what I see. Yeah, absolutely.
Ozzie also added a solo shot. Bryce Elder, 6 strong innings, a 4-hit ball, gave up just 1 unearned run, improving to 6-9. Rookie Cade Horton of the Cubbies held the Braves hitless through his 5 innings, although there were several hard-hit balls right at the defenders there. Drake Baldwin was robbed 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Braves off tonight before the Mariners come to town for a rare visit tomorrow night. Atlanta now 12 games out of the final NL wildcard spot. The Braves reinstated outfielder Jurickson Profar from the paternity list. Congratulations.
Oh, hey.
And recalled right-handed pitcher Daysbel Hernandez to Atlanta. They also designated infielder Luke Williams for assignment. Poor kid had a hit last night. And released righty Cal Quantrill from the roster. Thank goodness. Also, right-hander Wander Suero claimed off waivers by the Mets, so good riddance to that, too. Major changes coming to the transfer portal in college football after the NCAA FBS Oversight Committee voted today to move to a January transfer window and eliminate the spring window. The proposed loan transfer window would be a 10-day period, opens January 2nd of 2026. That's one day after the college football playoff quarterfinals are completed. The Division I Administrative Committee must approve the legislative changes before it can take effect. The vote is expected to occur before October 1st. Criminy, all these committees, it sounds like the former Soviet Union trying to decide something here.
What the hell's going on with these?
The committee also proposing making the entire month of December a recruiting dead period. Coaches would still be able to have contact with recruits, but would not be permitted to do on or off-campus recruiting visits or evaluations, which, of course, they will do anyway.
Yeah.
The NFL season kicks off tonight. The Cowboys visiting the Super Bowl champion Eagles. Many sports books picking the Bills and Ravens to win the title this season, not Philly. So no repeat, according to the sports books. Falcons host the Buccaneers this Sunday. Our Good Timing Award goes to receiver Amari Cooper, 5-time Pro Bowl selection, who just informed the Raiders he intends to retire just days before the team opens a season at New England. GM John Spytek said last week the team anticipates Cooper to have a big part in Sunday's game plan against the Patriots. Not any love.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
New York Giants fans can be forgiven for thinking the last few years of their team's play has been rather Kafka-esque, meaning oppressive and nightmarish. And now the Giants are doubling down. Head coach Brian Daboll confirmed today that assistant head coach and offensive coordinator Mike Kafka will be the offensive play caller this season. So I
haven't heard Kafka-esque since the Woody Allen movie when one of the girls he was hitting on was talking about her being too Kafka-esque.
Metamorphosis. What did the guy turn into in Metamorphosis?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know.
A cockroach.
Oh, there you go.
There are no college football games tonight, but get ready for 5 straight days of pigskin starting tonight. Which begs the question, is that too much football?
Nah, you can't have too much football going into the fall, starting the fall. Nah, I don't think so.
But I got to tell you, I was a little fatigued by the second quarter of UNC getting blown out Monday night because I'm thinking it's not even a game at this point.
Well, that was all the hype. I mean, that was especially the way it started. I mean, UNC took off and went down the field and scored a touchdown, and then, oh my God, this is going to be great. And then, anyway.
BroBible.com has rated all 32 starting NFL quarterbacks. Spencer Rattler of the Saints is dead last. But surprisingly, just ahead of him at number 31 is the new Steelers quarterback, who is?
Oh, that's the guy from Seattle, isn't it?
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
Rodgers is 31 of a 32? Yeah. Oh, my. Yeah.
Justin Fields of the Jets, 27th. Joe Flacco of the Browns, 26th. Michael Penix Jr. of the Falcons, 25th out of 32.
Well, we'll see.
Right behind Titans rookie Cam Ward.
Oh, boy.
Matt Stafford of the Rams, 15th. Baker Mayfield of the Bucks is 7th. Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs is 3rd. Lamar Jackson of Baltimore, 2nd. So who's the number 1 quarterback according to Pro Bible?
Oh, our former Georgia quarterback?
Who would that
Cincinnati?
be?
What's his name?
Oh, no. Trevor.
No, Joe Burrow's about 7th or something.
He was just.
No, I just mentioned
hurt.
Stafford. He's not. It's not
Matthew Stafford. Well, then it's the Eagles guy.
No, it's not him either. No, it's Josh Allen of Buffalo.
Oh, good. I like him. He's a tough kid, too. I hope he lasts the season doing all that running stuff.
Mr. Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, that's good for him. It's a great couple.
Supposedly, Tar Heels interim head coach Bill Belichick is allowing scouts from all NFL teams to visit the practices, except one. Guess which team is out?
New England, I'm guessing, maybe the Patriots.
That would be the Patriots. Yeah, no bitterness there.
Oh, my.
Every parent can probably relate to this.
Yeah.
When receiver Hunter Renfrow was cut and didn't have a job, he waited patiently by the phone, hoping a team would call. Turns out his former team, the Panthers, did call, like 10 times. All they got was a voicemail or a business signal. Why did that happen, Kimmer?
Because he was holding the phone up and forgot to turn it off while he was waiting for it to ring, maybe? I don't know, something silly.
Because his daughter declined the call so she could watch the kids show Bluey on his phone.
Oh, my God.
She almost cost Dad his career.
Holy smokes.
Remember, I can just picture it when he finally got the phone and realized there had been 10 missed calls. Remember when I told you about the NBA investigating the Clippers and if they gave Kawhi Leonard $28 million off the books to circumvent the salary cap?
Hide it,
Turns out I was wrong.
Oh, no.
It's now being reported that owner Steve Ballmer may have given the player almost $50 million.
Holy smokes. And hid it so he doesn't have to report it for the salary cap stuff.
Yeah. The hammer's got to come down if this is true. It really does. Today in history, September 4th, 1928, Boston Braves started a streak of playing 9 consecutive double headers. The Major League record.
Holy moly.
Never would happen today. It's called a players' union.
Good Lord.
2002, the Athletics set an American League record by defeating the Royals 12-11 for the 20th straight win. Oakland had blown an 11-0 lead, but scored in the bottom of the ninth for the victory, as shown in what movie?
The guy with Brad Pitt, and he turned out to be gay, and he had the daughter who sang the guitar, and Moneyball.
What guy? Who was gay?
Didn't he turn out to be gay? The ball player.
What ball player turned out to be gay?
I thought that the guy Billy Bean.
There's two Billy Beans, Kimmer.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the Moneyball guy.
Yeah, Moneyball. Yeah.
All right.
And we're moving on.
1993. Jim Abbott.
Yeah.
Hey, Abbott.
Oh, I got that.
Born without a right hand, hits the Indians at Yankee Stadium 4-0. The first pinstripe pitcher in a decade to throw a no-no. And the ninth inning, though, leadoff hitter Kenny Lofton loudly booed by the fans after he fouls off a bunt, an attempt to make the one-handed pitcher field a ball to break up the no-no.
Yeah,
was he justified in doing that?
Well, justified that it's legal, but it's nasty and horrible. I think he deserved to get creamed. Yeah. Well, he's a jerk.
He had every right to do it, though. You're trying to win a game.
He had the right. You can't. Yeah, I agree.
Still a jerk.
It's still a jerk.
Most baseball fans know who Lou Gehrig replaced at first base for the Yankees. Who was it?
It wasn't Gil Hodges. Yes, the Dodgers. It was the first baseman for the Yankees.
His name's synonymous with being replaced.
Oh,
you got
I don't know.
Wally Pipp.
Oh, you got
Wally
Pipped? You got Wallied? Yeah, I got Wally Pipped.
Yeah. Who replaced the Iron Horse, though?
I don't know.
It was the Babe.
Really?
But not Ruth. It was Babe Dahlgren. Passed away on this day, 1996, in Arcadia, California. In his first game taking over for Gehrig, Dahlgren 2 for 4 with a homer and a 22-2 win over the Tigers in Detroit. And in 2011, in the HBO comedy series Curb Your Enthusiasm, Bill Buckner appeared as himself, promptly thrown out of a Shiva service because one of the mourners was a Red Sox fan who was not forgiving him for the error in Game 6 of the 86 World Series.
Right through
the
his
former
legs.
Boston first baseman redeemed himself when he uses his baseball skills to catch a falling baby who was ricocheting off a firefighter's rescue net after being thrown out of a burning building.
What a great story. Outstanding. Pete Davis, Kimmer and Flounder, 5:31 on Thursday, 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us. Right up till 6 o'clock. Braves off. Come back tomorrow in town. All right, look out here.
If you love 106.3, then you'll love the all-new Extra 106.3 app. It's loaded with replays of your favorite shows like The Morning Extra and The Kimmer Show, podcasts from conservative voices across the South, and access to Extra's crystal clear live stream from anywhere in Georgia. Grab it now for Apple or Android.
You say you've been wronged. David Van Sant to the rescue. Whether I kept talking about I've been to so many close calls on my chopper and also in my car that I haven't yet needed David Van Sant's help. But if something happens to you and you've been wronged and you need to get your due, David Van Sant's the guy, because he used to work for insurance companies. And if, especially around this place with all they have these new travel lane cutoff things and merge things, and the traffic circles are big, and people I don't think always know what yield means. So no, you were there first. I was here for, well, let David Van Sant argue with the insurance company lawyers, because he used to do that for a living on their side. Now, when they see his number, holy smokes, it pretty much makes them pay more than they want to. And we love insurance companies, but again, they have their tables and charts, and so does David. And he's on that top lawyers list. He's on the super lawyers list. Very few lawyers get on that, and he's been on it for years and years and years, because he gets people what they're due. He's a personal injury lawyer. If you've been personally injured, that's where David Van Sant comes in. He does this for a living. 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Hey, Atlantis, Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from the Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
I've advertised a lot of things on radio over 50 years, from vacuum cleaners to booze, but only once have I advertised something that I knew for a fact saved my life. And that's what this particular commercial is. An advertisement for CPAPs, ETC, CPAPs, etc. I've been using a CPAP at night for over 20 years. Obstructive sleep apnea. It will kill you. If you think you have it, get a test. If it turns out you do have it, contact Roddy at CPAPs, etc. The largest in-stock selection. Travel CPAPs, batteries, hoses, masks, everything. You can visit their store in Alpharetta or online at cpapsetc.com. Same-day shipping, you'll get it fast and at the right price. CPAPs, etc. Don't take chances with your health.
Looking to buy a firearm for home defense or personal safety? Start with True Prep, a locally owned store dedicated to education and safety. Right now, get 20% off all used guns and gear, excluding consignments, through August 31st. And if you have a firearm you're ready to sell, we buy used guns too. No pressure, just great deals and expert guidance. Visit TruePrep.com. That's TRUPrep.com to get started. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep. Come see us at 1000 Cobb Parkway in Marietta.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
The next big storm isn't a matter of if, it's when. Is your home ready? Southern Exteriors offers free inspections and dependable storm damage repairs with in-house warranties and honest service. Right now, get 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I've met the team at Southern Exteriors. They do things the right way. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN or southernexteriors.co.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well, because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Wake up with the Morning Extra on Extra 106.3.
Because it sounds
so good.
Great.
Right.
But what do they say about things that sound too good to be true?
It's communism.
That's right.
If it sounds too good to be true, it's communism.
Timber, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing on 106.3? Easy Rider making news because of these guys. The film Easy Rider, 1969 on this day with Jack Nicholson, Peter Fonda, and Dennis Hopper. Easy Rider opened at the Classic in London, England. The soundtrack featured the band, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, which I think you're enjoying now, and Steppenwolf. Easy Rider. And again, that movie was, last time I saw it, I remember thinking, you know, it was a monster hit for various things, but it really wasn't a very well done movie. There was a lot of kind of silliness or bad acting, as I recall. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, you know, it was a thing with 1969. Boy, that was a time. Anyway. The hell was that?
We have Canadian Jeff on the horn.
Canadian Jeff, hey. Canadian Jeff, hey. What's up, my friend, eh? What's happening?
How you boys doing down there in the land of the free?
Oh, we're doing, the land of the free as opposed to Canada. What the hell's going on in Canada? Jeez.
Oh, God, it's just a god-awful mess. A god-awful mess.
I don't understand it there now. What was the latest thing? We just found out now that they're saying, what the hell was Shannon was just telling us about the
doctor-assisted suicide.
Yeah. Among other, but there was also gun rules and stuff too going on, or something ridiculous.
There's new gun rules coming in that they're going because now you can't. Handguns are illegal, and they're going to bring in a new one where semi-automatic shotguns and any rifle that takes a clip will be illegal because we're limited to 5-round clips.
Wow.
And they're going to expand it because they think we could get larger clips.
Yeah. My goodness.
And there's huge things going on with defending your house. Like if someone were to break into your house.
That was the other thing. That was what it was. My brain went blank. That's tell that. Is this true that the Canadian the police or the authorities or maybe it's the whole country? I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. Are telling you now that if someone breaks into your house, the best thing you can do is do whatever they want. Just comply with them.
Yeah, they just want you to comply. There was a home invasion just north of where we live. And the guy fought back, hurt the guy really badly. But the guy was coming in with a crossbow, with 2 other guys.
Jeez.
And he put the guy in the hospital. They had to airlift him to a hospital. But they charged him with assault with a deadly weapon because he used a kitchen knife to defend himself.
Holy cow.
And then there was another example where guys were breaking into a guy's house, so he got his rifle and just put a warning shot off, and they charged him.
Oh, shooting a firearm in a residential neighborhood or something silly like that. That's unbelievable. Holy moly. And by the way, do people have guns, in Jeff, in Canada? I mean, is it well known they don't have guns, or are the people hide them secretly, or what?
Well, there's always the fishing accidents, which seem to be very, very happening a lot lately.
Yeah.
With people's guns, boating accidents. And then, but the thing is, like, we're avid hunters and fishermen up here, right? Like, our hunting season, goose season just opens on this Saturday. And, it's ridiculous. Everybody coming into where I work, buying ammo and stuff, one, they're shocked because of the price.
Yeah.
But, it's gotten ridiculous.
Wow.
But and the laws are getting like, I worry about talking to you guys.
Well, that's the other thing. Getting arrested. A guy in the plane got arrested because he tweeted something or agreed with something on social media and stuff. I mean, this is crap.
And we're one step behind that in Canada, and it's ridiculous. And then what he was saying about the assisted suicide, right?
Yeah. Number one cause of death is assisted suicide.
Yeah, well, when it was brought in, it was if you had control of your faculties, like you were completely there, but you were dying, and you just wanted to end it.
Yeah,
you could do it, but they want to expand it where people under the age of 18, the mentally ill, like if I thought my wife was mentally ill, I could sign off and and they don't have to tell the parents.
Wow. Man.
Yeah. And on top of that, Health Canada says they're predicting between now and 2040 that 17.5 million Canadians will take the MAID service.
We'll do what?
We'll do the assisted suicide. They call it the MAID service.
I didn't know what that was. 17 million will kill themselves in Canada in the next 15 years. Holy smokes!
That's what they're estimating. Like we've had, they're banking on that. We've had incidents where we've had veterans with problems have called in to the health department in a wheelchair to get a new wheelchair. And they've been like, oh, well, you could always get the MAID service.
Oh, my God. I was going to say, I wonder if they take the veterans who are suffering and say, well, we'll just end it for you. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's getting bad up here. It really is. Everyone's hoping that the government will fall, but, we got Pierre's back in cabinet now, so... But we haven't had our government hasn't sat since the election, basically.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything. They're still on summer vacation. They don't go back to work for another 3 weeks.
Oh, man. Jeff, I feel bad for you, my friend. You got a home down here. You can always just, freaking move, and you can be, seriously.
We're on our way.
Hey, baby. There's that sweet girl of yours. All right, sweetie. Hey, thank you, guys. I love you checking in. Please don't be a stranger. And when you're checking in the morning, I enjoy that, too. So, anyway, thank you, guys. Jeff and the sweet lady of yours. You have a great day. 5, thank you, my friend. As it should be. It's 5:45. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. Another Flounder's Funny coming up here, too. We're not done yet.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
September is Fan Appreciation Month at Truist Park. Get ready as the Braves battle the Mariners and the Cubs September 5th through the 10th. Fans can enjoy 3 gate giveaways, including the Kids Beaded Necklace, a Michael Harris II scooter bobblehead presented by Xfinity, and the replica jersey presented by Coke. Plus, the popular Barbie ticket pack returns this season on September 9th. See all of the fun this September and get your tickets at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Atlanta without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Atlanta for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. Atlanta is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Atlanta and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
Veterans across Braves Country are returning to our communities and need a trusted resource to navigate life beyond military service. The Warrior Alliance is expanding our impact and needs your support to change thousands of lives for the better. This is Kelly Kroll, and I'm inviting you to join us for an exciting benefit dinner, followed by an Atlanta Braves private event on Friday, September 12th to support veterans and their families. Special guests include powerful veteran testimonies and 5-time All-Star Andrew Jones. Tickets are on sale now at thewarrioralliance.org.
Calling all contractors. This is Devin Stovall, Stovall & Company, and we're here for you. We're a third-generation, family-owned and operated company for 75 years and just opened our 11th location in Canton on 9500 Union Hill Road. We're proud to provide your wholesale irrigation, nursery, and landscape supply needs. How do you envision your dream outdoor space for you or your customers? We're here to fulfill them all. We all take pride in special requests and shipping right to your job site. Here at Stovall, we have it all. Check us out at StovallINC.com.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Yeah, I love this fall type season here in Georgia. That means football, family time, cooler evenings out on the deck. Wait a minute. Did you know that more than 1 million decks in Atlanta metro area are not up to code? You know, codes in the counties change. Before you fire up that grill, hang those fall decorations, ask yourself, is your deck really safe? Wobbly boards, loose railings may not seem like a big deal until somebody falls up in the bushes. That's why you need to call the only pros of the Kimmer Trust and learn all about it with Peach State for a free safety inspection. Don't trust guesswork or YouTube or somebody says, hey, I got a hammer, let me look at it for you. Wait a minute. Jeff and his crew know what to look for. They'll give you an honest opinion because they inspect every deck like it's holding up their own family. If it's time for a refresh, Peach State can help you pick the perfect look. Classic wood, low maintenance composite, maybe something built to last for generations, of course. Don't wait for a surprise step to ruin your fall plans. 770-485-8011. A free safety inspection, or look them up, peachstatewindows.com. Decks, windows, and more built with integrity, quality, and attention to detail. 770-485-8011. Call now. There we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. A little Flounder's Funny coming up. 10 before 6 on 106.3 with you and me and the Who. There you go. This was a fairly monster song. 1965. The Who was outside the Battersea Dogs home with their van was stolen. And the van was stolen with about $7,000 worth of equipment inside the van when it was taken. The reason the Who was at the Battersea Dog's home was to buy a guard dog. Just a bit outside. They were there to buy a guard dog, and someone stole their van. I mean, that's just, anyway. Our birthday list. Pete Davis, couple of Sportaroonie things here for you, sir. Mike Piazza. 57, retired catcher, MLB Hall of Famer. Was Mike Piazza was the guy that Tommy Lasorda hired as the last one in the thing just for because his friend said so or something like that? I forgot the story. Wasn't that it?
They drafted him very late because he was friends with his daddy.
Yeah, it was like a gift thing, say what the hell, and he turned out to be a terrific Hall of Famer. 57, Mike Piazza. And
hitting catcher.
Hitting catcher,
He was a terrific hitting catcher.
Yeah, that's true. He wasn't any, Johnny Bench behind I got you stuff. Tom Watson, birthday. Legendary golfer, 76 years old today. And for you old-timers, Mitzi Gaynor, gonna wash that man right out of my hair. No business like show business. South Pacific. Mitzi Gaynor is 94.
I'm telling you, every year she'd come to Atlanta in one of those dinner theater things. My parents would never miss it.
Yeah, she was a star. I mean, she was, and just they loved her. Everybody just loved her. In fact, oh my God, this is incredible. In fact, I got an update on a story. J.D. Vance, I love this guy. I love how he reacts when the Democrats do something stupid like they did to Kennedy today. We'll get that in a second. But speaking of Mitzi Gaynor, Mother Teresa on this day in 2016 became a saint, the Saint Teresa of Calcutta. It was decades after she died in 1997. The Pope said she, in St. Peter's Square, a dispenser of divine mercy, God-given dignity, and she was a little controversial because as much as she did for the poor people of Calcutta and everywhere else, there was a time at which Mother Teresa was actually criticized for telling people who were dying to just accept it rather than give them medicines and give them the latest medical technology to live longer. She convinced them that it was God's will that they just go ahead and die because you'll be in heaven soon. And then when she got sick, she used the very latest in equipment to make sure that she was going to be okay. Anyway, it was on this day that she was given sainthood in 2016. Yes, the same Mother Teresa with whom I prayed while I was in San Francisco as a news reporter, and the woman I was going to marry, Joan, the first human being to take the artificial interferon shot, is in all the history of medical books. The woman I was going to marry, and she had cancer. I knew that before I dated her. So I saw Mother Teresa, and I prayed with her, and she took both my hands, and I said, I want you to pray for, Joan. And so we prayed together. Mother Teresa, a little teeny little thing with great big man hands, but she couldn't have been 4 feet tall, and a little shawl and everything, a little habit. And we held hands, and we prayed together. And of course, my woman was going to marry died in my arms. But I'm not saying Mother Teresa killed her. I'm not saying she had anything to do with her demise. And prayer doesn't always work, but so everything is fine. But anyway, the reason I mention this is because my girlfriend looked like Mitzi Gaynor. Everybody called her, God, you look like Mitzi Gaynor, which is kind of funny. Anyway, check this out. I love this when it happens. I love this is why he's going to be a good president one day. J.D. Vance, our vice president, shooting back at these nonsense senators clashing with the HS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Senate Finance Committee hearing today, saying they're full of crap. He didn't use that word, he used the other one. He says they're full of that word and everybody knows it. This guy, Ron Wyden of Oregon, said Kennedy was endangering children, reckless decisions, conspiracy-driven policies. Kennedy had no regrets, didn't give a damn about his fundamentally cruel agenda. Kennedy fought back, saying, you're a bunch of crap. You people are all the freaking same. Well, J.D. Vance said this. When I see all these senators trying to lecture and gotcha Bobby Kennedy today, all I can think of is you all support off-label, untested, and irreversible hormonal therapies, quote, for children, mutilating our kids and enriching big pharma. You're full of S, and everybody knows it. Kennedy reposted the vice president, writing, thank you, J.D. Vance. You put your finger squarely on the preeminent problem. And everybody else at the White House is Caroline Leavitt and everything else. Secretary Kennedy taking flack because he's over the target. They're addressing root causes of chronic disease, embracing transparency in government. And by the way, Senator, in fact, well, we don't have time to play the whole soundbite again, but he is now revealing the hiding that the Biden administration did to the scientific evidence showing that the COVID treatment was dangerous, especially to little black boys in Fulton County, Georgia. The study showed they had like a 3,000% greater chance of developing autism if they took the shot. Little black boys in Fulton County, and the Biden administration CDC type of scientific officials killed the evidence. They hid it and didn't release it with other evidence saying we should all take the shot. That's true. Sorry, they hid it. They should be in prison for that. Whoever made that decision should be in prison.
And told us to follow the science. And when you walk into a restaurant, you got to have the mask on, but as soon as you sit down, you can take the mask off.
Yeah.
That's
you could
science
eat.
to them.
You could eat without the mask, but okay. So the germs were waiting until you put the mask back on to come in your area. You know, we all knew that.
You have to stand 6 feet behind somebody at a store because that and the cloth mask, it's all bullcrap.
Those little
Let's trust the
circles.
science.
Yeah.
Trust the science.
God, we're finding out so much more. All right, hold on. 557. A little Flounders funny here. 57.
If you work for Apple or Android, would you stop improving the phones? I think we did it. We can do stuff on phones that we never even dreamed to ask for. You can wave your phone in front of a vending machine and it'll give you chips. I didn't see that in Back to the Future 2. You can post a sentence to the world and make yourself permanently unhireable. I think we've covered it. I just wish these companies would now pool all of their resources together and finally create an unbreakable phone. How has that not been the priority these last 15 years that I've been trying to hold on to a $1,000 computer that's shaped like a slippery bar of soap? Also, Apple, if you're still listening, could you put little arms and legs on my phone so the next time I drop it between the car seats,
it'll crawl up on its own.
It can crawl back out to me? I don't understand how we're at a point with technology that cars can drive themselves. We are living in the future, but they still all come with that gap like it's on purpose. Big enough for your phone, too small for your hand. You ever tried retrieving anything? It's scary. Like, I don't know. I've seen regular chairs, but car seats, they're made out of like knives and stuff. Ford is like, you drop your phone, you're going to earn it back. Indiana Jones. You ever dropped your phone down there when you were really relying on it? Like for directions, you immediately transform into that. You know that character in movies who they haven't prayed since they were a child? They're just like, hey Siri, I don't know if you can hear me. But if you're there, I really need you right now. I don't know where I'm going.
I love this guy. Who's this Flounder?
That's Mr. Kellen Erskine.
We don't play him enough. And by the way, thanks for the meat stick.
Try it out. Let me know what you think.
All right, coming up. Give her a Pete Flounder. Ironically. Letterman Friday tomorrow.
Temperature?
Christine, sing me home, baby. What's a number of white friends? Hoorah, I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, herp and a double herp, a herp.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 1063.
They will stay in place a little longer. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The National Guard is extending its deployment in D.C.
Brigadier General Leland Blanchard says the D.C. National Guard will stay on active duty, telling guardsmen in a social media video the mission is not complete.
We continue to work to ensure that everyone that walks through these city streets is safe. They deserve that. You deserve that. Our nation deserves that.
The National Guard was activated as part of President Trump's surge of federal law enforcement to combat crime in D.C. The extension of the troop presence comes as the D.C. Attorney General filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, arguing the deployment is an illegal military occupation.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. This is a federal appeals court has blocked a lower court ruling that restricted President Trump's use of troops